All right, we are live for the Sunday nighttime stream. Welcome back, guys. Okay, let me just get it set up. As usual, we will set up the live stream while we are actually live. Tonight's stream title shall be, how about choosing a new break? I think we need a new break. I noticed the other breaks are a bit slow. Choosing a new break. What else is going on? I'd say Prismatic, UPC, and Crown Zenith UPC is hot. Live card shop. That's right. The Sea and Sky set, as well as the Prismatic set. I like them. I should say are hot. Save that. Get the grammar better. Hey, how's it going, guys? I did not get a lot done today. I was busy cleaning the home. And we're going live for Sunday night. And then I ate something for dinner, and it like made me sick. And it was, so just, I've got a headache right now, actually. Crazy. We are. Okay. Let's see. Let's close this out. Close, 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 close. I placed a Walmart order today to replace a charging wire, which we actually left that yesterday on our trip to Dallas, Texas. We forgot our charger for the iPhones. And then, interestingly, Karis's wire broke today. So we suddenly found ourselves with no ability to charge our cell phones. Her cord was almost broken. It was kind of crazy that it was still running, in fact. But so anyways, so I placed this Walmart order, and it arrives pretty late in the day. And then it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. The cord doesn't work. It doesn't charge. So we had to race out to Walmart. And I spent like $80 on 2 pairs of new cords. And then those didn't work either because they were the wrong one this time. Now I had to go back. It was horrible. I spent like an hour just trying to get these stupid cords figured out. But now they work. So we're set on that. Flygon from Inferno X revealed, huh? That's cool. He sure is Flygon. I'm going to go ahead and back out of here. Okay. So I'm a bit behind on work. I feel like I'm never not behind on work, but you know, going to Dallas has definitely taken some time out of my schedule. We are, which is why I don't do anything, guys. I just focus on work all the time because if you do actually do something, you don't get your stuff done. Excuse me. All right, let's log in here. Let's get the comment section going. Okay, there's an ad playing. I do not care about that. There we go. Troy Malice is here. Ever Treminio, Lord Pop Tart, Johnny Fernandez. What's up, man? Jared and Mr. Russ and Mr. Brett doing a lot of work on the weekends because my company laid off 20,000 people and I have to do the work now. That's so lame. That sucks, dude. I still owe you a Nintendo box, right? Nintendo booster pack box. So whenever you're ready, Mr. Aerospace Man, we can start opening those. If you're ready, I can get started on that right now. You want to do that right now? That sucks, man. Let's see. Also, we have Mark J. Valerian, 1 pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of Blue Eyes 2 minutes ago. Oh, there's a... Man, that was an itchy throat cough. Weird. I'm ready. Oh, okay. Cool, man. Let me go grab this, guys. Sunday night's a good night to do this. All right, so Brett ordered a whole box of Nintendo game packs. We are. Did you already do the Gengar Mega Break? What do you mean by do it? Let's see. Are you asking if it ended? It hasn't ended yet. Still available. There we go. Still has a long way to go. Oh, yeah. It's a me, Mario. So this is what you purchased. You bought all these. Okay. They all said bad things about Charlie and got fired. Ugh. I've been hearing about that. People celebrating his assassination, and then people like tell on them, and then some people get fired from that. But I'm confident Brett that's totally unrelated. Here we go. When a tech company lays off a lot of people like that, it's made a financial decision. Okay, here we are. Some nice fat stacks of Nintendo game packs. Keep a close eye on these guys. If you see something you like, it gives you a reason to open these yourself if you're looking to pull that same card. These are from 1989, and they're vintage Nintendo Mario packs. Are you ready? Don't mean to brag, but the cashiers at Walmart are always checking me out. There's no menu. Let's see. I did put in the menu, didn't I? Yes, I did. Try hitting refresh. Try refreshing the stream, okay? Click on it again. Hey, how's it going, 6? Okay, ready? So let's get this started. So in these packs, we'll be looking for the chase cards and briefly showing off everything else. Mario, Zelda, and Linda, and Rescue Zelda and Win. I like the Rescue Zelda and Win. So that's a cool pack. There we go. Oh, yeah, I see now. Hey, what's up, Mr. Emmanuel Valencia? There you go. Pack number 2. These are from 1989, which makes them extremely old. Just like me, because I'm from 1989. Here's Double Dragon. I was born in 1989. Double Dragon, Punch Out, Super Mario Bros. Here's this stuff and this stuff. Link, 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 link. Mister, that solo leveling card that I pulled with the 2 stars are sleeping for like 500. They're sleeping for 500. Yeah, it's a good set. We sell it pretty cheap. We got a lot more solo leveling. We got like 40 boxes of it left or some crazy number. There's lots more solo leveling. If there's cards like that in the set, you should see if you can pull another one. If you're a big fan of solo leveling, that is. All right, so these are chase cards right here. We just pulled 2 chase cards out of one pack. 1989, did they have electricity back then? You know what they had back then? They had children. You know, I was listening to the television today. I turned on a conversation between 2 economists, and it was kind of like an interview, and I'd never seen these guys before, but it was 2 old guys, and they spoke eloquently. You could tell they were educated. You could tell they, work in this field a bit. They're talking about the future of the world and how it's going to be very different because of depopulation. How fascinating. Depopulation. They said everyone in the 90s and the 2000s were worried about overpopulation and that we got it entirely wrong. The bigger problem would be depopulation. So these guys start the conversation with some figures and some facts about how every single country is falling below birth replacement rates with very few exceptions. And even countries that are still above replacement rates are also seeing their numbers change, even right now. We are. With one exception, it was like sub-Saharan Africa is the only place not having that problem. And they were explaining the reason for that is because in sub-Saharan Africa, they're actually so underdeveloped that child labor is valuable, which they believe is why there are still lots of children being made out in sub-Saharan Africa, among other issues, like a lack of, what would you call it? Rights for women, a lack of birth control, lack of knowledge around birth control. But children are still used for child labor in Africa. So if you have children in Africa, you can send your child out to go work a job. Can't do that in just about anywhere else in the world. And so they still have children out there, but we don't. We are. Win with Mario. I did my part. Who ordered all the Nintendo? Yes, this is Mr. Brett Love ordered all these Nintendo packs. He ordered a whole box of it. It's surprisingly cheap. It was like, how much did it cost? Like $285 or something, or $295? You get all these cards. Every one of these is gradable, and some of them are like chase cards. Do you want to have kids? Yeah, I want to have kids. We are. All right, let's see. Okay, The Adventure of Link. Punch Out. So anyways, they were talking about the subject of depopulation. They said the whole world is going to have a depopulation crisis. And they were even talking about how we could have predicted this because of course, it makes so much more sense that humans would actually have a problem with having enough children rather than a problem having too many. We are. All right, because that's the problem for all animals in nature, is to survive and to have children. It's actually really difficult for any species. Here's Zelda. Here's Win with Mario. Ah, that's a chase card right there. The Super Mario logo. Nice. $235 a box. Longer, and so the kids aren't getting the money from them until they turn 60. How can we have kids? People can't even buy a home. They instantly dispelled the money argument. It is not money. It is not money. The economists were able to show places with a little bit of money that was having lots of children, and they were able to show that the people who have the very most money tended to have the least children. It is actually not a money problem. So there's a lot of poor places in the world where people have lots and lots of children, and they do not care about whether they can afford them. And so it's not that issue where it's like, well, if I just had another 100K in my pocket, I'd have more children. We are. So they were doing that too. It was a really fascinating conversation. It just popped up randomly in my suggested videos, and I started watching it. It was so interesting. We are. So here's an example. The people in the 1980s had a lot of children, and even though they were wealthier, maybe wealthier than some of us today, that's not true in all cases. Lots of people were poorer than we are today in the 1980s, and they were still having tons of kids. They're still having full-sized families. We are. All right. Ooh. All right. Like Quebec in the 1800s. So what is it? Well, I mean, if you want me to cut to the their direct suspicion, they said, without too many words, they said, without being too direct, they said that, or the main economist who studies the subject of depopulation, and I guess he informs places like banks and stuff of what to do, he believes the main reason, you would think that it's birth control, by the way, too. That was another thing they talked about. They said maybe it's birth control, and then they said no, because birth control has been around since the 60s. It's been around for a long time. And so it was a thought that maybe women just don't want to have kids, and they were allowed to stop having kids sometime in the 1960s. That wasn't it either. It is. The total lack of babies just happened. It just recently happened. And they think it's a complex factor of things that will surprise you to hear about. So they think it's a couple things that humans don't have anymore. And the first one is religion. So they say there's no more religion. Young people don't do religion. And the problem with not doing religion is now you don't have like some sort of, blessing from God, or like some mandate by God to go populate the earth. So the lack of religion is apparently very important with the depopulation problem. Basically, not only do you not have God telling you to have children anymore, but they believe this leads to a much bigger problem, and that is you have no meaning anymore. And I thought that was really interesting. The economist's final belief was that with the lack of meaning, you have no reason to live. You also have no reason to bring new life into the world. How fascinating is that? That's an economist coming to that conclusion in some big analysis of depopulation. He says we'll undergo a depopulation crisis. So he was saying it's a lack of purpose and meaning. So it's like in the past, you might have been part of a group where you really want that group to win, and you really identify strongly with the group. You identify with the flag. You identify with the religion of the group. You identify with the people around you. They look like you. They act like you. And so having children wasn't just a function of, oh, I want to pop babies out of me. It was this bigger thing where you had like a cause and you had a meaning. And it said that's virtually gone now. And without that cause or meaning, and with a certain amount of nihilism and a certain amount of materialism, where you value, convenience or wealth or material things rather than kids, suddenly the argument for a kid kind of quietly disappears. We are Super Mario Brothers. So I thought that was really fascinating. They talked for a while. I didn't even know who they were. I'd never seen these guys before, but they talked for a while, and I was listening to it going, wow, that's all surprisingly insightful. We are. Speaking of work, I'm going to bed. Cardconomist, the economist. I got 3 kids and barely managed to make it work. My wife raises them, so she got the hard job. Yeah. My mom raised 11 kids, so yeah, it's definitely not super fun being stuck with the kids all day. We are. It was a really interesting subject, and I was very fascinated by it. They had a lot to say, not just about what the theory was behind whether people have children or not, which, by the way, the wealthier you become, the less children you have. So when people say it's a money problem, this economist says that's totally not true. It's not a money problem. It's just a belief about existence and whether there should be more life or less life problem. But more importantly, he was talking about how China, he believes, is not going to defeat the United States because China has a significant birthright problem going on right now. They have it right now, alongside Japan and alongside Korea. I'd never heard that before. And one of the worst places in the whole world right now is North Korea, where their birth rate is so low that they're just going to disappear like in a generation or two. He says in a couple generations, there will be no North Korea left because it'll just become a puppet state of China because they don't have enough children. It is. It was so fascinating hearing him because he would often back these statements up with like data. And it was like, Jesus. He was talking about the irony of the one-child policy that China had at one point. It is. That now they can't get anyone to have even just one child. It's like they have a problem where their own people don't want to have one child, whereas in the past they had to put a policy in place to stop them from having more than one child. He's like, that's not the problem anymore. We are. All right. Hey, mister, how you doing? What's up, Mr. Smokey? I have 2 kids and I wish I had been more complacent with one. Let's see. What do you think about the Great Replacement Theory? I think the Great Replacement Theory is kind of like a triggering title or something like that. Like, it sort of suggests an evil, devious plan. And I don't think it's an evil, devious plan to take people in their native country, like the UK, and okay, now you're not going to be British anymore, UK. I think it's just, governments wishing they had more people so that they could have more money. I think that's all. I don't think it's that complex. That mixed with maybe a little bit of liberalism. Here we are. Liberal progressivism. Actually, the UK is kind of going through a big thing right now. They're having their big protest because of the amount of out-of-control immigration they have, where they're starting to feel like, hey, wait a second. The country of the UK won't even be British anymore. All right, so that's a whole thing. I love video games. When in America, when we receive a lot of immigration in America, people are pretty chill about that because America's like a new country. It's a relatively young country, and it's typically made out of immigrants. That's not true for the UK. The UK is kind of the home of the British. It's their homeland. It's like a native land for them. So it's kind of an interesting different perspective over there on the subject. What do we have here? We got Link, the Adventure of Link. Rah! Even more scary to be responsible for the kids. This world is too scary for kids. We thought it was bad back then, but it's worse now. No Kim Jong-un? Ah, poor Kim Jong-un. I remember, look at this Punch-Out King Hippo. He's got that Kim Jong-un build. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, he looks a lot tougher than him. I remember seeing a picture of Kim Jong-un crying and saying he's crying because of the lack of children being born in North Korea. So I've seen that image. I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but it was like a news report talking about how he's crying because he wants the women of North Korea to have more babies. And it's just not happening. It's just not happening. It is. The Asians are having no children. in South Korea, in China, in Japan, they don't want any children at all. Less than one child per couple. And they were talking about how, even if they manage to have one child per couple, that means in one generation, the population will be 50% smaller, just one generation. It's not like 20% smaller. It's not like 15% smaller. 50% smaller if men and women have just one child together. But the craziest part is they're not even doing that. They're having less than that. And so he was talking about how in the world, places like China, Japan, South Korea, North Korea, and anywhere else that's having this significant of a birth rate problem, is about to go through a total economic decline. They won't have the same power in the world. Yeah, he was also talking about how America will generally be fine because of the amount of people that have come here over the last like 100 years. And America does have a population decline as well, but it's not going to be as severe as the rest of the world. And that one thing by itself will be the reason America will maintain all of its power in the world. Here it is, Punch Out. Oops. He was talking about Europe. He was talking about Asia, talking about China. If China can't figure out a way to have a lot more children right now, they go through a significant decline soon, apparently. And, you know, other places are already feeling it to some degree, places like Italy and Greece, where their population, they're apparently going to have ghost towns. It's so bad in some places in the world, ghost towns. We are? You ready? All right, but so deep down, they said it's not a money problem, it's a meaning problem. People don't find it meaningful to have children because they don't have any religious beliefs. They don't have any interest in, he talked about, for example, they have no interest in lineage. So you don't say, I'm so-and-so, son of so-and-so, of the prestigious so-and-so family. People don't do that anymore. He said back in the day, that used to be a thing. People used to care what family line you were from, and it mattered who your dad was or whoever, you know, what your last name was. That kind of stuff mattered. That's why we all have last names. And he says, this doesn't matter anymore. Nobody cares about that anymore. We are? Well, we're about to hit halfway through the box of Nintendo game packs for Mr. Brett Love. That's what you guys are watching right now. Smash that like button. If you guys are enjoying this so far. It's an interesting conversation. We're talking about a subject we've talked about before, but I just watched this really great conversation occur between two, I guess, economists, and they're talking about the subject of depopulation and its impact on the world, and how different countries will have different outcomes as a result of, you know, the significance of the problem in their particular country. Let's see what you guys are saying. My wife is from Japan. We live in Alberta, Canada. Nice. Mr. Message was driving. Mr. Smokey said, hi, what's up, Mr. Smokey? Most people care more about their nail polish color than their lineage or family. Yeah, so that was like a thing in the past. People's last names mattered. Your lineage mattered. And you cared about carrying on your bloodline and your lineage. And that's gone. That's virtually gone. Nobody cares about that. It's not a thing anymore. And they speculated, is that a cultural thing? Is it a religious thing? What is it that causes that? And one of the economists suggested it's actually a result of our sort of like politics, where we view everyone between each other as completely equal to each other. So it's like in the past, they didn't have that perspective at all. In the past, it was like a competition. In the past, it was a competition to be part of the best families, to be in the hierarchy, right? Like a caste system. So in the past, the world worked like that, like a caste system. And so, you know, you would be part of the correct family lineage, and then you'd run off to have children to make sure that lineage keeps going. So they talked about that. Lineage doesn't matter anymore. Nobody cares about it. Everyone wants to see each other as equal as possible. There's no race to try and get your lineage, sort of like the dynasty, to get it to go higher. There's no interest in that anymore, because young people don't do that. Young people don't. In fact, you're sort of looked poorly at if you're into that kind of stuff. You're sort of admonished if you care about hierarchy too much. Win with Mario. Ooh. Here we are. Very nice. So I thought that was all really super fascinating. Ooh. I didn't get the notification. What? Sarah didn't get the notification? We were just waiting for you. Did I ping the Discord server, by the way? I think I did. That's good. Whew. The FBI finds a weirdo online. They should ship them to North Korea and force them to marry a North Korean woman and have only contact their family? What are you saying? Mister, you going to get any Mega Evolution booster boxes in your inventory soon? Yep, they've already been ordered. When do they come out? Pretty soon, right? Like next week? All right, let's see. So we're on the second half of the box of one whole box of the Nintendo game packs for Brett Love. Keep an eye out for the big chase cards here. When we're all done, I'm going to show off the chase cards. Double Dragon. Double Dragon? Double vasectomy. We are. Okay. Anyways, it's a subject that I find really, 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 really fascinating. We are. When I was younger, in the 1990s, there was all this shame for girls who got pregnant. And now, all these years later, and also in that time period, the 1990s, early 2000s, all anyone could talk about was the problem of overpopulation. We're going to have overpopulation. We're all going to starve. We're going to have to go to war over limited resources. That was all, that was almost like, kind of like the way we talk about climate change. That was the fundamental belief of everybody. It was going to be really bad. And now we're actually faced with the totally opposite problem instead. We have a totally opposite problem where in just one generation, in 20 years, the world population could divide in half, 50%. 50% in 20 years, guys. A 50% decline. It sounds almost abstract, and yet it's real. It's like it's underway right now. We are. Here's Punch Out. Here's a Zelda. Here's Lopar. And here's a Legend of Zelda. We are. All these young people don't want kids because of the weirdness going around. We are. All right. Well, again, the conclusion of the economists wasn't, they didn't say feminism. They didn't say lack of money or too expensive. They were concluding it was actually a lack of meaning and purpose in life. And it says when you don't know the purpose of life, it's almost like a suicidal issue where it's like if you're too nihilistic, why would a nihilist want to have a child? Look at that. Why would a nihilist care about children? They wouldn't. And so they're kind of alluding to that being the deeper problem. It is the very base problem of the issue. Whew. You try for the Yu-Gi-Oh? All right. What do you guys think of that subject? That's a fun subject, right? I think we're going to solve it. I think what's going to happen, the government's going to make an artificial, test tube womb, and you're just going to, donate jizz to the government, and they're just going to make government baby clones, and you don't raise it. The government raises it, and then you just pay a ton of taxes. You never know. You never know what comes next. Maybe. Ooh, man, I love this. Super Mario Brothers logo is one of the coolest cards in this set. South Park Mars episode. Yeah, exactly. We are. Ooh. Ooh. But yeah, the best parts about those conversations was them quickly dispelling some of the theories, like, well, maybe it's women's rights, maybe it's women's suffrage. No, because women had lots of children all the way up to the 90s, and it was just a little bit after the 90s. There was a cultural shift. What was that shift? Just around the 90s, everything changes. The 90s, 2000s, everything changes. What happens? We all become highly irreligious. That's it. We all leave religion. There we go. We leave religion. We no longer are patriotic. Patriotism goes away. Religion goes away. Not completely away, just a lot. And then all of a sudden, you have no reason to bring more people into the world. You're like, who cares? It is. Ooh. So the economist's belief is that humans with the lack of cause will not have a reason to have children. And that'll do it. We are. Consumerism isn't a good enough reason to breathe life into a new human. I need to have children so that they can buy fast food slop. The circle of life. Ah. Here's The Legend of Zelda. The Legend. Ooh. Here's one with Link and Punch Out. You guys are an awesome community. Subscribed. I was born in 1980, and as you said, in the 90s, when a girl who was 15 or 16 had a child, they had no way to support that child. I think that's why it was so taboo at the time. Here it is. All right, very nice. Well, in the 90s, I feel like there was this sort of strong belief that women have to now go get jobs, and having a child at home was sort of like, A, an abuse on the woman, and B, sort of like something to be disrespected. Like, what, you're a housewife? Lame. Not me. I'm a sophisticated Wall Street banker. I'm a woman and I went to college. Not you. You're just sort of lame. So we made being a mother into sort of like a job to be looked down on. You know, like you're not cool, I guess. All right. Win with Mario. they talked about a few other things, sort of like, a couple other things they mentioned was the fear of women that men will not support them, and the fear of men that they will be left divorced and ruined by the divorce. So they're saying that has become more prominent as well. So they were just talking about all the possibilities. So a lack in, I guess, like marital trust is not a good thing. But ultimately, they did conclude it really is just a lack of religion. You have no purpose or belief about the world or the universe. And so you have no reason to breathe new human life into existence. So why not just have fun? And so hedonism and materialism becomes the de facto religion. So I thought that was really crazy. They didn't come to that conclusion until the end of the conversation. It was just fun listening to them work it out. Here it is. All right. When you have no reason in life, when you have no meaning, life just becomes about hedonism and convenience. It is. Children are very inconvenient. Hit me with your best score. All right, this pack is poopy. Mister, when was the last time you were with the trans person? It's been weeks. Y'all should like the stream. 60 watching, only 20 thumbs up. Smash that like button for me, guys. Do me a favor and smash that like button. Then the dude kicked his head in the parking lot. We must consume. Yeah, yes. Yes. Consume. I mean, consuming is nice. I'm not going to complain about having too much fun. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's not like I'm having children for the state. It's not like I'm having children because Jesus told me so. It's not like I'm having children for my people. We need more whites. It's not like I'm having children to sustain the family honorable lineage. Ah, yes, the Catons, the Caton tree. There's none of that. So it's really just for one thing and one thing only, because I feel like it. Yeah, I better have kids. I don't want to be lonely at 50. See how that language is really actually just centered around feeling good, and that's the only reason. So when that's the only motive behind having children, you don't have any children. Ooh. Unless you're in sub-Saharan Africa, where they need child labor. That is the main driver. There's still a economy that is so behind the rest of the world that you can have a child and force them to work for you. We are. So in agriculture or something like that. Pretty interesting. Then you want lots of children, because if you don't have a lot of children, how are you going to get rich? Ooh. So there's a solution right there, guys. We just need to change those rules in the West. As soon as your kid is capable of working at like the age of 10, you should be allowed to employ them and collect money on them. Time to throw out those child labor laws. We are. No, we couldn't do that, obviously. But, no, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Ooh. Linda. Ooh. I want a turkey Pokemon. The legacy is your children. Yeah, exactly, Joshua. And that's what they're saying. Nobody cares about legacy. Nobody cares. They're saying legacy isn't a selling point anymore. And again, they were talking about how perhaps this is because of a sort of progressive societal view where the idea where you're famous or better than others is no longer acceptable. It's not something that people don't aspire to have like a better family dynasty than another group. Maybe like you will see like it's racist or something. Well, that would be racist. Here we are. Here's Punch Out. Okay. Right, like supremacy is rooted in believing you're better than others. So we're so against the idea of being better than others now that, of course, your family lineage doesn't matter anymore. Oops. Here's the eyeball. And they were talking about how interesting that is because not too long ago, that was not how it worked. People did care about that stuff. It was important. Ooh, the Triforce. Very good. Trans dancer with the turkey suit on. Sad world we live in, says Josh. Let's see. Let's all rent Mr. a trans dancer for a Thanksgiving dinner dance. I don't want to do a dinner dance. I would look too silly dancing. Being the best should be the goal. Too many participation medals. We are. All right. What do we have here? Ooh. Here's Don Flamenco. Here's the Mario Brothers. Here's Lopar. And here is Zelda. Ooh. Zelda, but he's got a sword and shield. I was the last male to carry on my family name, traced back to the 1500s. Now I have 2 boys and a princess. Oh, that's really nice, Mr. Dustin. There you go. Sounds like you got a good situation set up there. Here we are. Now you just have to wonder if those kids are going to do what you did. What if they don't? What if in one generation they just decide, Mom, Dad, I kind of just care about going skiing. And that's about it. So, but that's what we're doing to our grandparents, a lot of us. Our grandparents and parents are watching us not have kids. So it's very fascinating, but again, how do you get people to care about that? And you would think, well, it's just money. Oh, yeah, right. So they were talking about how there's now like 10-year-old studies on baby making programs where you get some sort of financial beneficiary gain for having children. And they found it had close to 0 impact. In fact, one of the best studies on that, it showed that when you introduce the policy, there's a sudden spike in babies followed by a large decline that evens it right back out to where it would have been. Is a Bobo. There you go. And so they called it sort of like front-loading babies. You had the baby sooner to collect the thing, and then you just didn't have any more afterwards. Here it is. So all baby incentive programs by the government where you get paid like $5,000 to have a baby, all of that has been apparently tremendously expensive, and it has stimulated 0 baby making, apparently. Nobody has a baby just because the government says, I'll give you $5K to have babies. But this was an important factor, again, because for them, they were trying to decide what's causing this. Is it abortion? Is it access to birth control, which they were able to scratch those out? And that was another one they're scratching out. They're like, well, okay, well, what about financial rewards? Nope. Money's not the problem. It's not money. It's not a money problem. Piston Honda. Here's Pow and Mario Madness. So the government pays for like a month. I mean, having the baby costs more than $5,000. Yeah, I know. I get that. Maybe if the government paid $100,000 per baby, there would be more babies. But the thing is, the government can't really do that because it's too tremendously expensive. Like you were going to have a baby anyways. Most people were going to have like 1 baby anyways. So the government's now just handing out money to people who are going to have babies. So that's the problem with that policy. But yeah, they found that it didn't really stimulate any changes. They talked about a variety of different programs, including one where if you had enough children, you wouldn't have to pay any taxes for the rest of your life. What do you think of that on your income? You would be a tax-free citizen if you had enough children. Didn't work. Didn't change anything. Wow, that took 30 minutes. Whew. Did someone say Mr. Diglett Thumb? So the government pays for a month. I'm not going to lie. I never search anything anymore. I use Gemini. Maybe $5,000 a month for 10 years. What? Here we are. All right. Well, you'd be a welfare queen, Mr. J. Oliver. Okay, so, woo, look at all that, man. I'm going to go ahead and set them off screen and start pulling out all of the hits so you can see the hits. That is a lot of cards that you now own and can grade. Like, you can grade this. I didn't count this as a hit, but you could grade a card like this. But we like this Punch-Out, Little Mac Punch-Out. Very cool. Here, Win with Mario is kind of fun. Okay. Isn't Japan doing this exact thing? Yeah, Japan's doing it. Korea's doing it. China is doing it. China is doing programs where they're trying to get people to have children now because they have an alarming similar problem where they do not want to have, no one wants to have children. And so in just like 20 years, they're going to have a massive population decline. We are Zelda. Ooh. They also talked about the possibility of getting immigrants into the country. And they said America has taken a pro-immigration stance for a long time now. And it's like this huge advantage over other countries because we bring people in who, you know, make our economy robust. But they talked about other problems like you can't keep that going on forever. You know, they were saying that eventually you run out of people from other countries. So what happens when you run out of immigrants? And they were talking about another subject, how it's not just about warm bodies. It's not like importing every single person in the whole world, which of course you could do that. They were talking, and again, these are economists. They were talking exactly about the issue of when you bring somebody in, you have to bring somebody who has, they had a term for it. It was like immigration capital or something like that, which essentially means there's a big difference from bringing in somebody who will immediately go into the welfare system versus bringing in, like, let's say, a brilliant engineer from India who's coming in and working immediately for Apple. There's a huge difference between the two. So the Indian guy is a resource for America. The other guy is a strain on our overstrained welfare system. And so they were talking about that as well. So they say some countries are extremely resource intensive, like India, and they say India's in decline now. Did you guys know this? So India is one of the most overpopulated countries because they have so many babies. And he said, now in India, the women are having less than one child per couple. And it's going to be really extremely bad for India soon. And we won't be able to get engineers from there anymore. And, but they were talking about how in Africa, they have all these children, but it doesn't matter because you can't import them and immediately make them work for Apple because they don't have the skill. He's like, you could try to educate Africa before importing them in, or you can import them in and try to educate them then. But he said, basically, America will actually run out of immigrants because there won't be, with the depopulation in places like India, there won't be anywhere to get the immigrants from anymore. You are? Ooh. Also, he talked a little bit about how over the years, he anticipates that countries will start to punish people for wanting to immigrate to America. Here it is. And that America will create incentives for people to come over here because there will be such a struggle to maintain useful workers. Pull out 5 of the best to send a tag. Ooh, I wonder if Tag will grade these. I hope they will. I know Tag does grade tops cards, and these are tops. And they're after 1980. I think they will grade them. Immigration does fill in the dip in the labor force. Dustin says, I make $81K a year. I get $366 a month for each of my kids. Nice, dude. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick these out. You ready? So pick the best 5. Well, if I had to choose, definitely these guys. Anytime you see these Zelda cards and these guys. Oh, man, those are good. Okay, so let's just pull them all out, and I'll just take a brief look at which one's the best looking one. This is a great experiment, Mr. Brett. I love how the grading of 5 cards almost costs as much as the box. You know, like it's funny how close it is. But I wonder if they'll even know how to grade these. Man, I would get, let's see. Well, let's flip these over. This one's out. This one's out. That one's out. This music sounds like Charlie Brown. Zelda and jazz. Huh. They've kind of made it sound like Charlie Brown jazz, though. That's cool. All right, let's see. Yeah, this one has a problem. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Nachos, tacos, chimichanga. What? Kids cannot find those jobs because the companies prefer an adult. Come on, bring back the child labor. That will solve the overpopulation problem instantly. Underpopulation. Did I say overpopulation? God, dude. I can't believe I can't send my kid out to work for me. Maybe if it ever got really, really, really bad, that's what the world would do, you know? I doubt it. I know I worked for my family. I worked pretty hard for my family. My family was so poor, we were that desperate. We were really desperate. Those are off-center. I'm going to send them one of these because I feel like they won't know how this should be centered. Payment sent for the grading. Nice. Oh, can't send this one, though. Oh, bummer. Okay, I was going to send this Bowser out. Okay, I got to find one more for you, and give me a moment here. I mean, you could send out a little Mac. I was going to say the little Macs aren't bad either. The little Macs have a nice Nintendo thing there. Let's see. We got to pick one more for him, guys. I like this one. Didn't he have another Charizard? Ah, there it is. Did I say Charizard? Another Bowser. What did you guys think of that conversation? Did it stimulate your brain, or did you make you go, ugh, what are we talking about? Or did you go, ooh, fascinating? I'm the, ooh, fascinating kind of guy. That kind of stuff endlessly interests me. You are? I'm interested in that kind of stuff. I'm interested in DNA splicing, gene splicing, living forever, that kind of stuff. I love that kind of conversations. All that stuff is endlessly interesting. Win with Link. We could try a win with Link. Will he ship the Crown Zenith UPC sealed? No, absolutely not. It looks like a pain in the ass to ship that. You need like a specialty large box too. Hell no, dude. Hell no. Sorry. Just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Okay, let's see. I like this. This is fun. Well, I am having trouble picking out your best option here. Yep, this guy's off center too. Oh, did I not check these? Hold on. I don't think I checked these. Hold on. Maybe I did. There we have it. All right, good. So we're going to send out one of these Zelda logos. Perfect. Okay, wow, that's a lot of cards, Mr. Brett. You got a lot. Mr. said to swear, that money's going in the swear job. $5 should cover that shipping. It's not the weight of the item. It's the unusual size. It's the unusual size of the item. So I don't want to go buy cardboard boxes that would fit those particular items. I don't want to do that. And so I already know I don't have to ship them sealed. They're going to be opened up. People will love to open them. So there's no need to have to do that. It's just an extra thing that I could offer. But in this case, it's just too inconvenient. We are. Mr. R, college essays hard. I'm going to be studying for my SATs. College, what? Essays? You haven't taken the SAT test before? We are. The SAT test mostly doesn't focus on the writing portion, although I think you can even opt to do it without the writing portion. I opted to do it with the writing portion because I tend to write well. So I did the writing portion, and I did very well in the English language part of the test. I scored like nearly perfect. There it is. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I was talking to Karis about all that. I had a writing teacher when I was younger, and I still have memories of him pulling my mom over and telling her that I was basically a gifted writer and that I should pursue writing, which we promptly did not do. And then I remember I took an aptitude test for homeschoolers to test what level our education is at, so that, you know, so this is something homeschoolers do in order to kind of see if they're doing an okay job as a homeschooler. And I didn't do super well in math, but I didn't do super bad either. But I did, like, I had like some sort of higher college level writing skill. And my mom was like, oh, because we're so good at homeschooling. I think it was just me. There it is. My brain's just full of words. We are. Loves to talk, full of words. Okay, there we go. So language and words is a great area for me. And I have a nice job talking now. How nice is that? Okay. Okay, very nice. Getting that dust off of there. Like the streamer, you're gay. I suck at writing. I'm going to try and improve. Does PSA get upset if you send in top loaders? They for a long time said they would not accept them that way. Brett Love. And these are going to tag. Awesome. Yeah, for a long time they said they would not accept them that way. Okay. All right. Brett Love. There we go. All right. Ta-da! Whoa! Look at all these Zeldas. You got 3 Zeldas. You got 4 Zeldas. Now, I would have done more of the Marios, except they looked like they were definitely going to fail to get a good grade. So I focused on the ones that looked better, okay? That's why I did. And so we got these and we got this logo one, okay? Awesome. What's cool about them is if even one of them gets a 10, I'm pretty sure that'll be like a $200 card by itself. Now, we got all of this left over. You got a lot of leftover cards. Much of this you might be tempted to grade too if you had the time and the money. Thanks, mister. Thank you, Brett. This was really entertaining. It was entertaining and educational because how often do you guys get to see a whole box of Nintendo game packs get open? Not very often. So Brett loves awesome. Mr. Brett. There you go. Brett, if you're ever looking for something to open, we have the Prismatic Premium Seal Collection and we have the Sea and Sky Seal Collection. Those are both kind of new on the menu. And I think that those are pretty awesome because of the promos you get in them. You get promos in each. The Prismatic one has like a stamped Tyranitar, stamped Lucario. And then the Sea and Sky one, it has a Rayquaza and it has a Kyogre. I think you've done that one already. But I think both of those are, and this is a message for all of you guys, I think that those are both really good ones to open. I don't love opening them because they generate so much trash. I hate the trash. But in terms of pulls and in terms of promos, not bad. Now, what do we do with all this Brett stuff? We got to start doing something with all this. Okay, we're going to create another Brett box, I think. So we've got a Brett box. We're going to create another one. Mr. Brett. 151 UPC is awesome. Open them both, but did not get lucky. Ah, that's too bad. Okay, so here's Brett Love. The other thing I was going to try and get done tonight, I was thinking of adding another break to the table because I noticed the current breaks aren't moving super fast. We are. That could just be the times, like maybe people aren't feeling breaks as much. Maybe they're feeling more like booster packs. Let's try and get one of those breaks to the front, shall we? So let's see. So this guy has a little bit of progress on him now. He's actually 4 out of 26. This guy's further along too. He's actually 8 out of 19. So these are making progress slowly but surely, especially when the weekend comes around and people get a paycheck. Aerodactyl is 1 in 6. He really did not make any progress. I was genuinely surprised with this one. There's no premium on this one. This is just the cheapest buy now price. Cloud actually made a little progress. Somebody bought a spot in Cloud. We've got the Bowser poker card break. This one's very close. 5 spots left. 3 people already in there. It's 2 cards, actually. Bowser on the front, Mario on the back. So you get a second card. The Mega is the fastest moving break. This guy right here, your odds are very small on this break, but despite that, popular. This guy's close. 6 spots away and Manga Trafalgar Law goes off. You'll remember, some of these breaks, even if you're not super interested in the pull, if you just manage to pull it, if you get lucky, you can always just sell it on eBay or something. There's the Mega Sublist. Ancient Origins box break, very pricey, $350 for a pack. The 151 case break, $200 for a pack. Additionally, we have this Gengar here, and this Topps Moltres. So a couple breaks, really nice ones to choose between, but notably moving a bit slower today. Not today, I mean over the last certain amount of time. A bit slower in the last week or two. Whoa, we have a huge Alana Bale order. So, let's get started. Mark Valerian, 1 pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark, I should have just done this for you right away. Okay, let's see. We got like $1,400 on an Alana Bale. Looks like slab away payment. You guys don't always see that in the background. You know, sometimes the stream might go by and we might not open a lot of products. So you think, oh, he didn't sell many cards or something. You might think that to yourself. But it's like the slab away is such a big part of what we do. And so we help people obtain high quality, high-end, expensive cards. And sometimes you just need one slab sale. You don't need to sell a bunch of booster packs. Here's Mr. Mark with an M. Mr. Mark. We recently helped our friend, Mr. CS Man. He obtained a Shining Celebi First Edition Neo Destiny, and he obtained through me a very prestigious box topper from the Expedition Collection. It's a Tyranitar. So we recently helped him obtain those 2 things. I'd recommend to my kids to get a trade if they want to follow their dreams, because you can always fall back on a trade. Sure. Well, you know, people have all kinds of crazy dreams these days. Here's Blake Santoro, 3 shuffles. And they forget sometimes to make money, you just got to do work. You know what I mean? The whole idea of work is you're doing a job that no one else wants to do, which is why they have to give you money to do it. You know, that's what it's all about. And if you could happen to also get into a field where you're highly specialized and no one can do what you're doing, you get paid much more. Like a doctor, right? Being a doctor is still a great job. 2 live customs. Wow, okay, that's Blake Santoro, 2 live customs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that goes back in. Pot of Greed. And after that, I play Pot of Greed. And after that, I play Pot of Greed. 1 and 2. Mr. Blake, those are 2 cold ones. Did you catch that, Blake? Your shuffles turn into 2 cold live customs. All right. Boop. What else do we got? Now, here's the Alan and Bale. Finish slab away and ship my bag in slabs. Ooh, I'm scared. What the hell could you have had? Slab away. Alan and Bale. PSA 10, Rayquaza VMAX. That's right. You had one of those red label ones. Oh my gosh. This should be a clip. This should be a clip. Are you guys ready? I'm going to go find it. When did he put this away? He put this away in April. Wonder if I should just go check the A box. I'm going to go check the A box right away, see if it's there. This might be a worthwhile clip. Yes, here we are. All right. So, he purchased this from me on 3/25, Alan and Bale. And that was an overpriced card. Back then, the red label meant it was overpriced. So I overpriced at $1,400, which makes me think my original price on it was maybe around $950-ish. Let's find out. You ready? 218. I'm liking this music. This sounds exactly like Charlie Brown music. What's the number on it? 003. I can't really see. But if you look here, you can see at the time I was acquiring these Rayquazas over and over again for a little over $1,000 each. So there might have been, after processing fees and taxes and the original cost, there might have been about $200, $250 of profit in here for me. And selling this to a person at the time for $1,400 when they only cost like $1,100, that's kind of risky, isn't it? I mean, you're picking up all of these products that maybe people think they want to put into slab away. What if the market drops? What if the market falls and the Rayquaza goes from $1,400 to you can buy one off eBay for like $900 or something? You know, that's not a good situation to be in because you'll be holding on a bunch of Rayquazas that you essentially overpaid for. But take a look at the price of this Rayquaza today. Rayquaza today, you ready? So the gamble played in my favor back then, and I was more willing to gamble with it because I felt the market was not close to finishing to going down. And so now that Rayquaza today is $1,600 before taxes. More like $1,700 after. Probably more than 17, in fact. No, it's right about $1,750 maybe. Wow, so he's up. He's actually up on his overpriced slab, and I did not suffer from being overstocked on slabs I paid too much for. So that was a case of me overpricing a slab, and it worked out. We recently almost offered that again, but it's got me too uncomfortable to do it a lot. All right, so here we go, Mr. Allen. I don't know if I want to keep doing it because it's so risky to do every time. It really is. It's a gamble on the market. Did you see that some of the Asian countries using one-piece flag against corrupt government? Okay. Oh, you're talking about Nepal, maybe? Nepal? Here we are. Alan and Bale. I have definitely not kept up with all that. There it is. I would not be flying around a cartoon anime flag because that is too serious of a subject to sort of indulge in an appearance that you're being childish. So I would not be flying that around. Okay, nice. Nepal, Philippines, China. Okay, so Alan with an AL. Let's go looking for his bags now. He mentioned he had bags. Alan Abeo bag. It's so good that that slab away situation worked out, you know. He was able to reserve it and finish it later, and it jumped in price significantly, and now he's up on that card. It's an interesting idea. It only works as long as the cards go up in price. If the cards fall in price, everyone's going to cancel, and then I'm going to be stuck holding the bag like crazy. So that's the problem with that idea. Did he say bags plural? He said bags plural, didn't he? Ship my slabs and bags, as if he has more than one. Let's go looking to see if he has another one. Maybe he was just in general saying bags. I think you just have the one, dude. Yeah, it's just the one. All right. China, land of Temu. Mister, I have a question and want to hear your thoughts. I would love to give you my thoughts. I think I might have a box. Oh, okay. Okay, so that would have been a floating bag then. And so you might have a box. Let's start looking. So, Alan's here. I'm glad you're here, Alan. Abigail, Isaac, Chris Abruzzo, Alexis Valadares, Fabian, Mike's side. That one's NHCC. Let me look back over here. How about over here? Well, I'm not seeing a box for you. Let me check up here. There's this AL3 box, but I think that's somebody else. Akistar. Oh, you were sharing a box with someone. A little bit different from having a box. You were in a box where we had to put some oversupply. Okay, cool, man. There we go. All right, good, good, good. We're figuring it out. It's all coming together. Oh yeah, all coming together. I don't think Pokemon would care. Honestly, it's generating them income. Do you think Pokemon should reduce sets released per year from 6 to 4 so they can actually have people admire the sets rather than not getting any product having to wait for the next set? What? Do you mean like just focus on printing the current set? Whatever they're doing it right. So I wouldn't tell them to change very much. I would tell them to keep doing what they're doing. Hey, look at that. That box was just the right size. How cool. I love it when that works. Okay, so Alan, I probably have a saved address for you. Do I? Let's see. Let me reset my shipping software. We're going to reset it. Thanks for the huge order tonight, Mr. Allen. I really appreciate it. And he used ZELLE. I'm so happy for that. Mr. Allen. Here we are. Scalpers be the problem, even if it's limited, and bots. Scalping with AI bots or whatever, with the repurchase box, that should just be illegal. But yeah, scalpers are probably contributing to the scarcity to some degree. But, you know, actually for it to remain scarce for so long actually really makes me think it might also just be really popular. You know, like you have to admit, scalping only works for a little while, and then the product gets restocked, and then the problem's solved. For it to be so sustained, and for it to last for so long, and be so severe for so long, really makes me feel like it's actually just that the product's so desirable by so many people. Alan Abale, I've got a saved address for you I'd like to use. It's got your email, so you should get this email. How heavy is this? Heavy. Okay. All right. Do, 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 do. All right. Wow, is it just me, or is the price of shipping just going up, 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 up? I'm hitting print. Mr. Allen, you will need to sign for this, Allen. All right, I'm feeling very good about this. Put this here. There we go. I mean, I guess it would depend on the desirable cards, too. Alan and Bale's $1,400 order is completed. Dang, dude. Justin French, he said, he ordered 49 minutes ago. Justin says 10 Mega Symphonias and shipping. Hey, what's up, Justin French? Okay, are you here, Mr. Justin? We are just now getting to your Mega Symphonias. And you wanted some shipping too, huh? Let me take a quick look into that. So, have we shipped you before? Let's see. Mega Symphonia was $5. So, the first thing I noticed is you didn't pay for shipping. So, my question is, was it prepaid maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, mister. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. We did a good thing together. You know, I made some money when I sold you that. And you made some money because now it's worth more than when you bought it. So we both win. You get a little bit, I get a little bit. Okay. So really, really weird sort of, it's almost like I made you a capital loan for you to speculate on the future value of a card. That's kind of what happened there. It's almost like that. Because I bought the card on the belief that you will pay for it, and you bought the card probably on the belief that it's going to be more valuable over the years, over time. And I took my cash and wrapped it up in that card. It became inaccessible. That money wasn't earning interest anymore. It wasn't being dumped into sealed product like Prismatic or Destined Rivals or whatever. So really, I wrapped up my cash into an item that I believed was going to be profitable in the future. Very interesting idea. We almost did that again very recently, and I stopped myself. Howdy, mister. It says Mega Symphonia is $4. Oh, am I going crazy? Oh, I saw Mega Brave. I'm so crazy. I'm so sorry, Justin. You know what it is, Justin? If it had said 49 on it, I would have caught on instantly. That's what it is. So you tipped me $1 and it threw me off mentally. I was like, huh? Okay, so Justin French, because Mega Brave is $5, and so I saw that price, and I thought that was it. I saw the new trailers for Tron. Are you guys keeping up with that? The new trailers for the new Tron movie? It looks okay. I don't know. Actually, I watched it, and I kind of felt like it's not going to be good. I found myself going, please, please, just be good. Here it is. What we got? Oh, the green-haired guy. Here we are. Here's a cold one. Yeah, I watched it. You can go watch it too. There's roughly 2 new trailers. There's a trailer that ties all 3 movies together by kind of showing off each movie. And then there's like another trailer that doesn't do that, just kind of speaks more about maybe the story. It appears the story is going to center around Jared Leto. I can't get over the fact that he played Joker and was just a really, really unsatisfying Joker. So unfortunately, and every movie I've seen him in, which hasn't been very many, but every time I watch him, he's just okay. I'm like, who is this guy? But he looks like he hasn't aged a day, and now he's the main character in Tron Ares. And it seems like the story is going to be about, you know, the computer breaking into the real world, and this has happened because some overly ambitious tech military guy in the United States is bringing in the super soldiers from Tron. Oh, he's a super soldier. And when he dies, you can just bring him back. But it's looking like the soldier's going to go rogue or something like that. And that soldier is Jared Leto. And then it shows like some sexy Asian lady, and she's like on the back of a motorcycle with them. So I assume she's the love interest. And then there was like a black lady. She does like a backflip or something like that. And immediately it made me think like Marvel movie or something. It made me think like Wakanda Forever, because she had like a bow staff or something like that. And the fact that Disney's working on it and all that, it all just kind of, I don't know, there was like no way to separate that in my head. And I don't know, it just felt like it was kind of mid. Like the style is amazing. The style is really good. But I wasn't convinced that there's a real story at all here, and that it's just going to be all style. No substance, just like, hey, did you see? We got glowing lights. Did you hear? 9 Inch Nails is making the music. All right, Mr. Justin, I put your bag away, but actually it needs to come down here. And now I'm getting you a label. You forgot 5 more packs in the order. Ooh, let me see. Oh, my bad. Let me go get 5 more packs. I was getting ready to print your label as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. and a 5. And let's hit print on that label. I think I was distracted by the conversation on whether the shipping was paid for or not. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this off as well. We do not want this. That is very expensive. There it goes. Okay. Mr. I ordered 10 packs. I believe you may or may not have placed an order, not for 5 packs, because 5 packs wouldn't be enough, but actually for 10 packs, which would be the standard amount, the desirable amount, the amount most people want. Cold. There's sugar. It's sugar. Oh, Manectric. Ba-doop. So like the movie Gamer, but opposite. Yeah, I don't know. It's something like Disney kind of, again, this is all straight from the trailer. So this is not really spoilers. This is, you can go watch that trailer right now. There appears to be some military contractor. He's like bringing in these Tron soldiers. He's like, look, I can bring in the Tron soldiers. You know, think of like Stargate or something. And Jared Leto's the main Tron soldier or something like that. And we don't really know what's going to happen from there. Probably something like he's got consciousness and awareness, like he's a sentient robot. He's a sentient AI. And that is probably what it's going to be about. The software gains sentience and wants to be more than just a soldier. That's almost certainly going to be the story. And who knows where it goes from there. But visually, it's probably going to be stunning. And then I don't know if that sells a movie to me anymore. I don't think it does. I don't think that movies are the thing. Okay, we get the order from Mr. Brett for the grading. We have an Edward Cornelio, English 151. Will you ever do Pokemon mystery boxes? We have talked about mystery boxes before. Currently, what we actually do, we do the live customs, the Poke Shuffle, and the breaks. So we have something kind of like that. Bro, that's the plot of Iron Man 2. The arms dealer taking and reusing the tech. We are. Oh, you did good. Look at this. Alakazam for Mr. Edward. Hey, my man Edward just got a really nice pull, guys. Look at that. Wow, so cool, man. Congratulations. What is this worth these days? This has got to be valuable, right? Such a cool thing, man. All right, that's Alakazam Alt. Okay. Wow, so cool, man. The new kitty gave us a scare today. We couldn't find her, and we did finally find her. She was sleeping underneath the couch, except that's a very bad thing because she was sleeping in a way under the couch where the folding mechanisms could crush her. So the footrest was up, and if the footrest had been collapsed down, she could have been really seriously injured. So now we're terrified of that. Luckily, nothing happened. We had already thought about that potentially being an accident, so we were very careful. Emmanuel Valencia, we don't close the footrest on the couch unless we know where the cat is. Emmanuel Valencia, 1 Topps Galaxy Chrome pack and 1 Halo Upper Deck pack. That's for Mr. Emmanuel. Is John still smoking the reef in your shed? No, John is gone. He is in Hawaii. Here we are. John's doing John stuff. He is not. He doesn't work over here in any capacity. Here's a Brett Love. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is a Brett Love card for sale. We are. And here is Meowth. I just finished spending over 7,000. It was like $7,500 to de-smoke that home, and it's nice now. It's nice. The house has been renovated. You have to do everything. You have to pull all the carpet. You have to repaint the walls. You gotta repaint the ceiling, bro. And that's just to get rid of that smell, man. And so we're not super happy about that, but yep, $7,500 for that outcome. And the house is ready to be sold now. So we are probably going to sell that house and sell the other house and sell this house and bop off to a no tax state so that I have the ability to sell off my collection and retire if I want. Really looking at Reno now. Reno and Tennessee. Also Florida. Florida is still really a strong consideration. So this card here is a consignment card. Let's take a picture of it. John's back in Hawaii. John's been back in Hawaii. We are. Now, but John got himself in trouble, and we had to let him go. And he, we ended up helping him with rent for a while until he got a job out here in Lake of the Ozarks. And then he paid a little bit of rent, really not much. So I just lost tons of money, and I decided it'd be better to do that so that he could leave to Hawaii than to just turn him into a homeless guy, which would not be very nice. So he's back in Hawaii now, and the house is repaired. How nice is that? All right. John's back in Hawaii? Dang. Yes, he is. All right. So, Emmanuel, One Top's Galaxy Chrome. Let's grab that. Galaxy Chrome. Ba-dunk. And one Halo Upper Deck pack. One Halo Upper Deck. Let's find it. Aha. There we go. You're an amazing man. It was extremely stressful. You have no idea. We are. There's details to that story that I've kept private this whole time. And so when that all took place, I would say my stress for a little while was like 10 out of 10, dude. It was crazy stressful. We are. And I had the business of having to hire a new person too. So while that was going on, I was out looking for, we found her, Miss Alexis. So she came in. She had to be trained and all that. And yeah, that whole time period was crazy. It's in the past now, though. Whew. The next FFTCG, Journey of Discovery, releases in November. November? That's a while from now. We got the whole month of October. We are. I need a man like you in my life. I'm very I'm a boyfriend. Very flattered. We are. There we go. Yeah, I do remember having problems like this in my life as well. You know, well, not exactly the same because I didn't necessarily cause my own problems in my life, but nobody really reached out and helped me too much. So sometimes I can identify with the guy who's down on his luck at least, and so you know I try to help. Ooh, look at that weapon drop. Very nice. Ooh. Go ahead and sleeve this up. All right. And Cortana. Sleeve this as well. So your hit card in this pack is going to be the Weapon Drop Hydra. Beautiful. Look at that. Toss this over here. Mr. Emmanuel. Let's see. There's a lot of change that was going on around that time. There were a lot of things happening. Let's see. What are all these cards doing here, man? I got all these cards. I'll move these over here. And then what are all these slabs? I got a whole row of slabs. I got an Ancient Origins pack here. I didn't know that. Oh, I was going to sell that Charizard. The Toad should just be for sale right now. First time Anthony Kalura. Oh, this is a donation from Anthony Kalura. Set that there for a first time buyer. Okay, I think I set these down. Hey, what's up, Mr. CS Man? How's it going? Here it is. Okay, this pack price would be out of date now. Look at that. It once said 190. It once said 97. That's so cheap. That is so cheap. Gosh, I don't want to tear the pack itself. I just want this sticker off. There we go. Very nice. Set that there. And Gem 2, we'll set this over here. And Emmanuel, let's go find your bag now. We just cleaned up some of those items. That was actually in the e-boxes, so that's why I cleaned all that up. Oh, and we got this too. I forgot about these. We were just handing these out for free. I forgot about that. You know, these are those counterfeit Chinese cards. They're sexy, which is why I think it's fun to hand them out for free. But really, they go in the trash. In the trash they go. Okay. Ah, here we are. Found your bag, Mr. Emmanuel. Pretty well. Pokemon is so expensive. Would you mind going over the breaks? I would be happy to go over the breaks. Was John wanted to? John was a wanted man. No, but he did get himself in trouble. Here we are. All right. He got himself in trouble, and he wasn't given really a big punishment. Like, he basically just had to, what do they call that? He was on probation, basically. So John got a little probation, and that was it. That was his punishment. Here we are. Very nice. Close this. Now, what was the question? Go over the breaks. You ready? Let's see. We had Tops Moltres. Ooh. We had Trafalgar Law. We've got Mega Gengar moving very fast. And here's Cloud. Okay. Here's Bowser. All right. The Lightning Break, Aerodactyl, Espeon. Look at that Espeon. Community service. He didn't even have to do that. He had no community service. He was just on probation, which meant if he did something naughty, he would get in a lot of trouble, which he did not. As far as I know, he finished that probation time period, finished with him being good, and so he's just back to normal, and he's in Hawaii right now. Ooh. Ooh. Very nice. Oops. Sounds horrible, mister. Ooh. All right. Set that there. Lots of beautiful breaks, guys. Lots of beautiful breaks. We also had this Toad Ace of Hearts poker card. $40. Okay. How does probation work? I guess basically you're just told not to do anything bad. And then you have like a probation officer who says, did you do anything bad? And you say no. And then enough time goes by and then you're no longer on probation. So that's it. And I think the reason that he got on probation, it was just a simple service or whatever, is I don't think he has a history of being in trouble anyways. As far as I know, we are. And so he kind of, he just kind of got a job out here and paid a little bit of rent. He got a little bit of free rent for a while too, and we lowered the cost of the rent pretty low. And then after a little while, he just flew back to Hawaii. So the story is actually pretty straightforward. That's the story. Edward says, English destined rival. I felt kind of bad for him, you know. I felt bad, yeah. English destined rivals. What do you think about the Demon Slayer movie? The Demon Slayer movie. Oh, I can't wait to go watch the Demons. I've never seen Demon Slayer. I've seen the Demon Slayer brand before, and I think I've seen clips of it online. I've never watched the show. Never watched it. Demon Slayer. We are. Does anyone want to go half and half with me on a rocket pack break? I can grab 6 of the slots. Are you ripping any Pokemon packs tonight? I think we are. We're ripping this one right here. Edward, you ready? Ho-ho, Mudbray and Typhlosion. There you go, look at that. He wants to go half and half on a rocket pack. That's pretty interesting. I should offer to take the other half. I don't think I should do that, though. I'm the dealer, so it should be not allowed for the dealer to be participating. I just love rocket cards as well, that's why. If I was a consumer, if I was the customer, I would jump in on it with you just because Team Rocket's such a good set. Excuse me. Okay, so Edward, let's go grab your bag. You've been having some good luck, huh? I have a feeling that one doesn't have a hollow in it. I'll be down for that if you want by the end of the stream. I think the rule has to be I can't let myself get involved that way. There has been like 1 or 2 scenarios where I took the remaining spots in a pack break only because it was so badly stuck. Like nobody would join it. And it was just sitting there with like 1 or 2 people in there, and I felt bad for them. And so we ended it that way because it was like getting to be like over a month old and no one was joining. So we've done that before, but that's the most we've done. And it's just to help it because it's, you know, you don't want it to be stuck forever. Here's a Them. Now this won't get stuck. This one will sell out. Here's a Them 5 Korean Rocket. You got it. 5 of these. Where are you located, legend? As in what country? Hey, what's up, Dylan? How's it going, man? I'm located in the United States. Good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I live in a nice little lake house in Lake of the Ozarks, but me and my wife are exploring the possibility of moving to a new home in a new state. We're looking at Nevada. We like Nevada. We're looking at Tennessee. We went to Dallas, Texas. I don't know if all you guys caught that. Karis and I went to Dallas, Texas yesterday. It was a 7-hour drive there and a 7-hour drive back. So on Friday, immediately after the daytime stream, we just climbed in the car and started. We arrived. There was a whole story. We told it yesterday. There was a whole story of us going into this janky ghetto-y area because Karis bought the cheapest possible Airbnb without researching where it was. Oops. So he got into this really janky Airbnb, and then we rented another one for the remainder of the day. And that house had like a ton of flies in it, like there was a dead body or something. But actually, it was probably the fact that it smelled like food, because it smelled exactly like Indian food. And it was just a very strong smell. And then we explored Texas for probably all of about 7 hours. I want to say we explored for about 7 hours before packing our bags and heading right back home. We are. All right. How do you find it posting to Australia with the tariffs? I don't know. It hasn't been a big deal so far, I guess. We are. You know, I get my bills where if I import something, I get bills from FedEx or whoever, and I have to pay those bills. We are. I think I paid like $500 of import fees not that long ago, just very recently. Wab a fet. Double wab. Foo. It's too high for me. Need to wait for paycheck this Thursday. Okay, so that's the theme. And let's go grab the theme bag. Here it is. Double Wobbuffet. Oh, yeah. Been getting too much Yu-Gi-Oh! So I was just thinking of pricing up this slab just for CS, man. Garchomp Giratina. No, look at this, though. He's cutting through dimensions. Garchomp can't beat Giratina. Oh, it's Garchomp and Giratina. I see. Linear attack, Calamitous Slash. GG end. There you go. Garchomp, Giratina end. Good game end. It's a clever title for the name. Mr. How is it going moving to North Carolina? Well, we didn't decide to move to North Carolina. I don't think we're going there. North Carolina is a nice state. We have nothing against it, but it is a income tax state, so we might not go there. Okay, we've got Mr. Athim. 5 more of the Korean rockets. You got it, man. All right. We are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. All right. Should we make another jumbo pack break, you guys think? I think we should make another jumbo pack break. Very good. Wait, 36 or 38? That's a 38. There goes. Oh, it's not possible to split it in half very easily. Actually, so, yeah, it's not possible to split it in half. Somebody has to buy 5 spots, and somebody has to buy 6 spots. Ah. Okay, that makes sense. So CS Men offered to buy 6 of them and say you could buy the other 5. You know I'm always down for a slab as long as it's not too overpriced. Yeah, we can always look around. Here's this rotund guy. All right, there we go. So that's for you, Mr. Athim. I wish there was a way to sort of like go through my personal collection very easily here at the table. And then I could make a decision on pricing one of them for you. That decision would be based on certain market conditions, like there being an oversupply of that particular slab, which is how we made a decision on that nice Tyranitar. I'm down to clown. I'll do 5. Oh, sounds like the rocket pack is over. Look at that, guys. If you guys are doing that, I'm going to go grab another rocket pack. That rocket pack is sold out twice now. That's okay, good. Set that there. So the queue is basically empty now, guys, if you're wanting to place an order. We've had an eventful night so far. We're 90 minutes in. We are. Okay. Okay, so this one will end up being for CS Man and Miss Savaduzbaby. Let's see, I'll prepare these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they're doing a risky thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll put Sarah Dusenberry's cards with an S on them. Okay. And we'll put Mr. CS Man's with a C. I find it weird that each state has different requirements regarding taxes and is not the same across all the states. Yeah, actually, the states are kind of like their own country in a certain way, but they're united. Hence, the United States. So, like, Florida governs itself to a smaller degree. Texas governs itself. That's how it works. So each state has its own government, and then there's an overreaching federal government that governs the whole country. There's two governments, state and federal. We are. Okay, you guys might have something similar to that in Australia. It could be like province and federal or something like that. But so basically the states are allowed to compete with each other tax-wise. You know, Wyoming has one of the lowest tax rates, and I was studying Wyoming today. I was looking up a place called Cody, Wyoming, which is, it's a northern city in Wyoming. It's got a Walmart in it, so it's big enough to have a Walmart, but it's vastly underpopulated. It gets pretty cold up there, and it's just one of the lowest tax states in the whole union. It's near Yellowstone Park. It's really beautiful over there, and tempting to move there. You know, sometimes like it makes you wonder, like, should I check this out before I make a decision where to move? That's what Kirsten and I are doing right now. We're trying to make a decision, and it's we just scratched Dallas off. We know we don't want to go to Dallas. All right. Just saying, yeah, sounds good to me. Let's hope for the best. I'm from Australia. We have the state and federal governments, but tax requirements are the same across each state. Oh, that's fascinating. Yeah, so like in America, you could have the state of New York, the state of California, and the state of Texas, and they're all very different from each other because they get to make local laws about collecting something called state taxes. Meanwhile, the federal government collects the same amount from you no matter what state you're in. So if I live in Texas, I have to pay the federal government its taxes, and it's always the same no matter where I am. And then I have to pay Texas taxes. So you pay two taxes on your income, federal and state. Some states are really generous, though. They don't really charge too much. Me love you long time, mister. For a long time? Why not Dallas? We talked about Dallas in the previous stream. I spent a day in Dallas, everybody. How great, just out of the blue. We're not that far from it. I'm in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, and it was a 7-hour drive. And yes, that's a long drive. But I mean, you can just bust out a 7-hour drive. So we busted out a 7-hour drive on Friday, woke up on Saturday, explored, and all the way up till about the time period that I knew we'd need to drive home so that I could host the 1 a.m. stream. We got home and I just jumped on the stream. So we were there till like 5 p.m. and we started exploring at about 10 p.m. So we had from 10 to 5. And we actually originally planned for me to skip the Saturday night stream too, but we were already sure we weren't going to move there after exploring it just for about 7 hours. We're like, we're not moving here. We are. We knew. Ooh, still deciding where you're wanting to move. Still learning. And by the way, staying in Missouri is an option. All right, let's see this. So we're going to hit click. So we have Mr. CS Man with 6 rocket spots and oh, there it is, Sarah Dusenberry. Okay, there was a little bit of orders in between. All right, so here goes. One last shuffle, huh? It didn't vibe. Oops, I didn't. Okay, I didn't flip that over right. Oops. Mr. needs to make back some money. Oh yeah, I was joking about that. Yeah, I mean, sort of. I think I went through like 3 tanks of gas. No, I went through 4 tanks of gas, and we went out to eat when we wouldn't have, and no, it cost money. Probably put some depreciation on my vehicle too, for sure, right? Felt like I added 1,000 miles to it. All right, here goes, guys. This is the shuffle. My hand's at you right there. You are. All right, there we go. Give me a number. Nah, Brandon, you got to go 4 here. Oh, my bad, 4. All right, 4. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice. That's set up. And now, the pack. Good luck. Somebody's getting goop gas attack. Okay. And set this here. Ready? We've got Miss Sarah. Sarah picks up an uncommon card. What's crazy is sometimes the uncommon card is the hit. Sometimes these uncommons are so good, like Dark Charmeleon, it's worth more than the rare card. Dark Charmeleon is worth more than some rare cards. Oh my gosh, Dark Dragonair is so beautiful. That's card number 1, Miss Sarah. Oh yeah. By the way, if you're watching this stream and you are new, take a minute and smash that subscribe button, because then YouTube will let you know when we're going live, okay? Here's Sarah Dusenberry. Spot number 2. Miss Sarah, you shouldn't have. Oh, baby. Dark Kadabra. All right. You know, maybe I should just... Here, we'll just take... Because we know you've got a couple cards in here to fulfill. I'll set that to the side for you. Now, what's this? Card number 3 from the back. Okay, CS Men going to take one of the uncommons. Let's see what you got. Now, that looks like a light pack to me. That card is the same color as this card. So it's looking like a non-holo this round. Oh, no, you got the trainer card. That sucks. 1 trainer card for you, Mr. CS Man. All right, so this is the card. You know, this could be Dark Charizard non-holo. Let's see what we got here. Oh, my God. Sarah is so going to snipe you this time. Sarah snipes you. You got sniped, bro. Sarah taking a pretty substantial risk going into this break herself anyways, because, you know, she did buy 5 of the spots. That's a lot. That's plenty. So, Sarah, you're hoping this is Dark Charizard now. But maybe that shouldn't go off screen at all. Can I keep this on screen? I'll set this down here. There we go. We don't want to keep this card off screen. This card, we want to keep that on screen. All right, because it hasn't been revealed yet. So here's CS Man. I realized after moving it over there. Magnemite, okay. We're looking for Charmander, Mr. CS Man. Okay. Nice, that's fantastic. It's all good, I'm happy for her. Here's Sleep. Here's... We don't want that reaction from you, CS Man. We want you to scream. Ugh! Here's Stanky Manky. Here's... Don't feel bad until she pulls a Charizard. Then you can feel bad. Machop. Here's... She kind of sniped those uncommons a little bit. Ekans. Here's... No, wait, this one's a Sarah pull. Okay, so, oh my God, if this is Charmander, what's this going to be? No, it's just Zubat. And this is Sarah as well. You go, Sarah. Goop gas attack. All right, so CS Men, Ekans, Machop, Mankey, Sleep, Magnemite, Digger. I would have to say this pack in general has been pretty tough on you, CS Men. That's been a tough round. And then Sarah maybe a little bit better luck, but we don't know actually. We don't know. She did not actually pull Dark Charmeleon, and that rare card could be a trainer. So this whole pack could be a stinky ass pack. Could be a bad pack. We're about to find out. She is in a better position though, because Dark Dragonair, Dark Kadabra are a little bit nicer. You can make a little bit of money back on those. What do we got? Oh, nice, man. That is, you hold your breath because you hope that you don't get a trainer. That's Dark Alakazam, and he's solid. Look at that. You actually got Dark Kadabra, Dark Alakazam. That's cool. Got them together. I loved this card. I remember pulling this myself as a kid, but I had the hollow one. I had a couple of them. Dark Kadabra, Dark Alakazam. There it is. Stinky, stink, stink. What? What are you talking about? Dark Alakazam is an awesome pull. Okay. Or you might have been talking to someone else. So, Miss Sarah, actually, you have 2 bags over here, Sarah. So, we have another rocket pack running. That's probably going to be the last rocket pack for a little while. That you guys can jump into that if you wanted to get into one of these vintage breaks. Ah, here we are. Put that together with the other 3. I think Sarah got the better round this time. But it wasn't a life-changing pack either. It was just a regular pack. What's the 151 surprise case break? #1 baby. Halvesies on it again? Oh my god, he's trying to double down. Ooh. Those are so fun to look at. That's my childhood in my hand right there. These cards are pure nostalgia for me. There we go. There we go. Okay. Tossing this. Now, we do have an order to take care of for our friend Christine Andrews. 5 rockets. So, 5 of these rockets. Blasting off again, apparently. 1, 2. I need to go get more of the Korean rockets. I'll be right back, guys. All right, we got plenty of Team Rocket. We got Team Rocket coming out of our ears. There we go. Set that over there. Wait, we don't need to open them both yet. I just brought the extra one in for later. This one we do need, though. I got 6 again, mister. Sarah got 5 again. Can we just reuse these? Are these still... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. So we can reuse these. Okay. How much is a spot in Old Rocket? It's cut off. Well, it's sold out now. Old Rocket is sold out. There we go. I could bring out another Old Rocket, but I'm pretty sure the price changes on it. Ready? We got to go focus in another area for a little while. See, if you buy them up too fast, you drive the price up. That's a problem. Christine, how's it going, mister? What we got? We got a cold one. We've got a cold one. We got a little Sneasel. And we've got a not bad. Beautiful Mewtwo. Oops. There we go. Very good. Okay. With the CH. Appreciate the order. Here we are. Wish me a little luck here, LMAO, but of course I wish you luck too. Putting that away. We have an order for Mr. Thim, 4 Korean 151 and 2 Korean Rocket. Ugh. Now he says Korean 151. Let's not mess this up because I feel like I would. I feel like the kind of guy to mess this up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, Mr. Thim, thanks for the order, man. Let's see what you pull out of these. Snipping time, people. There we go. Scooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Where do you purchase? Hey, it's Mr. P-Mail. What's up, man? You got to purchase from the description, okay? How do you access the description? You got to go to the top of the video where there's little dots and press on those little dots to bring out the description. Then click a button to expand the description, and then you'll see everything. It's really straightforward. You just make a payment with PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo. I receive that money directly. You don't have to, like, for example, you don't have to go to any websites. You don't have to sign up for anything. There's no Cardconomist website that you have to sign up for and plug your, credit card into. You just PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. Really easy. If you have one of those accounts, you can immediately start buying stuff on this Rip and Ship channel. Also, you can open stuff with confidence. We've been doing this for 6 years now. 6 years are over. We're actually in year 7. I'm going to start saying that pretty soon. I'm going to say we're working on year 7 now. 7 years. We are Mr. Thim. Okay. Ooh. Very nice. I think that also makes us the longest running Rip and Ship on YouTube. Pretty sure that's accurate. There we go. All right. Cool, baby. Let's rotate this real fast. Nice Tyranitar there. Nice Mario. It's me, Mario. Booty boop, booty boop. Okay, so this was the original order from Miss Sarah. Now we're hitting refresh. I remember when Mr. used to say I've been doing this for 5 years all the time. Now it is 7. Pretty weird, huh? Now, CS-Min says 6 more spots. And Sarah says 5 more spots. All right, we got it. 6 more spots and 5 more spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got the same number of cards again. Let's get it started. If it's a Hollow Dark Charizard, let's just cut the card in half each and take half the card. Time flies. It really does. It is. Yeah, it's kind of scary, actually. Okay, let's see. Praying for that Charmeleon. A simple Dark Charmeleon pull could be worth like $300 by itself if he grades 10. Might be more than that these days. I have no clue. Pokemon card valuations are pretty nuts right now. Okay, one last time. All right. Give me a number. Are they doing a booster pack battle? Sort of. Give me a number. 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ta-da! So that has been shuffled. Pokemon Rocket always sells, man. I think we might do another Rocket pack, but this time it either needs to be first edition or Japanese. Ready? So. That opened nicely. Set that there. Make sure we keep this all on screen. I like it on screen. Oh. Well, that's problematic. All right, let's put that in there. It was so nice, and then I was trying to fix a corner, and I ruined it. Oh, well. I have like a trillion of those. Here's Mr. CS Man. All right, picking up the uncommon, huh? Nightly garbage run. Oh my God. Set that there. Okay, let's see. Here's CS Man again. And this time he's going to pull Wow, this is such a good pull. Anytime you can pull Dark Jolteon, Dark Vaporeon, or Dark Flareon, you're doing very well. Card number 3. CS Man. That's pretty good this time, CS Man. All right, I can't tell if that's a hollow or not. It's not possible to tell. It would look like it's not one. Dark Primeape. So he got the uncommons. Now, this card's really important. What that also means, CS Man, is this card might be Sarah's because none of hers have been pulled yet. So she has a better odds for this. Yeah, CS Man, you do take all 3 of the uncommons. You pull a nice Dark Jolteon, you pull a Dark Primeape. Sarah's going to get the rare, though. Now, but I can't tell if this is hollow. It looks to me like it might be a non-hollow. Okay. So that is the card that you want to get. Now, you know, if this ends up being like a non-hollow trainer, you didn't miss out on anything. That would make the Dark Jolteon the most important pull in the booster pack. Okay, now we have a Sarah card. Sarah pulling. Sleep. CS Man pulls. You're hoping for Charmander. What do we got? Oh, it's Reformed Grimer. He's no longer naughty. CS Man pulling. Eevee, that's really good. Eevee's good. You got Dark Jolteon. Another CS Man. That's all your pulls, right? Here we are. Ratata. So these got to be Sarah. Yep, all 3 are Sarah. And so now we're just pulling Sarah cards. Ponyta. Oh, nice Squirtle. Squirtle's not bad. Squirtle and Eevee are both pretty good from the commons. And Voltorb, which we already knew about. Okay, oh, right. She's got the pile that has the rare in it. Okay, so I don't want to reveal it until we reveal it. So here is CS Man's round. He's got Rattata, bad. Eevee, really good actually. Eevee's good. Grimer, Dark Primeape, he's kind of cool. Of all the Primapes, he's not a bad looking one. Dark Jolteon, this could be the top pull in the booster pack if Sarah's rare card isn't very good. So we don't know about that yet. If Sarah's rare card isn't very good, then you just got the best card. All right, now Sarah. Voltorb, Squirtle, very good. Ponyta, Sleep. You ready? Here goes. Oh, you actually did well, CS Man. This was a bad booster pack. Here comes Team Rocket. It's not bad, but it's not going to beat Dark Jolteon. Dark Jolteon's going to be more valuable. Pretty interesting how an uncommon card can be super expensive to the point where even a rare card doesn't beat it. But yeah, it's an evolution. And those evolutions are really good looking in this set. So he's got the Dark Jolteon. Pretty interesting. That also means this booster pack in general wasn't that good. Because, you know, you can pull a Dark Jolteon out of a heavy pack. But Dark Jolteon's always a really good pull. Okay, I'm going to slip this in here, Sarah. Here comes Team Rocket isn't valueless, but it's a trainer, so it's going to have a limited value. Okay. And then, yeah, Dark Jolteon's good business. You want to see what he looks like on the back? Let's see. Close. He might be a 10. If a grading company goes light on this, it could be a 10. But I would bring my attention up here to this corner, which appears to have a white dot on the side, and that's a really solid white dot. So I'm leaning toward this card grading 9, Mr. CS Man. You are. If a grading company was unusually nice to it, maybe it'll get a higher grade, but that one, we would predict a 9 on that. All right, there we are, and let's grab your bag. Opening vintage. Hell yeah, dude. Back-to-back poopy ones. Here we are. Put this over here. That's how it is. Those are, keep in mind, you know, back in the day, those booster packs cost $3. They didn't cost $500. They cost $3. So you could just open pack after pack after pack after pack. So, you know, it was a totally different thing, you know. Now they're so expensive. You look at it like, please! Please pay out. Okay, now don't go anywhere because I got to get another booster pack, that means. I already have a plan for one. Thinking we do one of these. All right. Looking this over. Does this look right? Okay. Those look like a noodle on it. There we go. Oh, got to put it here. Okay. Thinking one of these gym challenges. All right, so this pack is no joke. This thing is crazy expensive. This pack is fully very expensive. Just doing some research is all. Let's see. Sorry about that. I realized I had a message I needed to read. All right. Make a run on Bowser. A lot of fun. Now I'm done with packs for the week unless Mr. gets out something crazy. Yeah, this one is pretty crazy. This. Okay, so it will be $68 a spot. That'll make you spit your coffee out. Here we are. This booster pack carries a chance for the pretty prestigious Sabrina's Band Gengar. That's why these are so expensive now. So from 38 to 68. Cheap and affordable. All right. This booster pack is underpriced, if anything. And why do I suggest that? It's underpriced because these high-end vintage packs that contain band cards, I feel like the prices have not caught up with the prices that the slabs have reached. Okay, there it is. Is that one a guaranteed holo? It is. That one's a guaranteed holo. And first of all, you could pull Blaine's Charizard out of there, holographic, and that's very good. So that would look like this. Gem Japanese Charizard. Okay, so this is what a 10 on a Blaine's Charizard looks like. And I can see that it has jumped over time. That's really interesting. I should have bought more of these. I think I own one. So the cheapest price on that Blaine's Charizard is now $2.6 thousand, everybody. Wow. $2.6 thousand on Blaine's Charizard now. That's crazy because that's getting pretty close to what the English price used to cost. That's really crazy. But that's not even the chase card anymore. It's actually Gengar. The band Gengar from this set is like unbelievably expensive. Over time, it became the most expensive card in the pack. So you see the Charizard 2.6. Well, the Gengar's 2.9. That's crazy. Yeah, it's actually Gengar's the top pull now. Step aside, Charizard. Here's a close-up of that card. So that's the card you want. It's banned Gengar. It's been banned. In the United States, they went with a different artwork. Well, an edited artwork. Because they were worried it was too scary for children. Let's see. PSA 10 Mew in that set, $750, I think. What, in Gem from the Darkness? No, Mew's not in here. Mew's in Fossil, though. Phantasmal Flames, bringing them both back. Charizard and Gengar in the same set. Yep, that's a good one. That's why those packs are clearly more expensive, because you have a higher potential. Edward says, what Pokemon would you like for Nintendo to give more respect to? I feel like Zubat just don't get no respect. I feel like Mr. Mime is totally disrespected. They made him pink. They gave him weak legs. All right, Edward, you ready? There we go. All right. I mean, there's probably some 151 era Pokemon that I wish were more popular, but they're not. Here's Abra, Diglett, Gyarados. All right. Ooh. Rawr. Just some hollows this time, Mr. Edward. Here we go. Very nice. We ought to do a giveaway for people who learn how to use ZELLE to try and get more people onto ZELLE, like regular customers. Like if you learn how to do ZELLE, get you into a break or something. Okay. So now we've got... Hathim says 4 more Korean. We haven't done this one, right? I don't think we have. Ooh. I use ZELLE. Mr. Mime been skipping leg day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doot, 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 doot. All right. Oh. What breaks are going on? What breaks? We got all the breaks. They're all going on. We showed them off twice so far already, all the breaks. Snipping this. Good. What is this music? This is like the rocket music. There we go. All right. I'm going to buy that pack out. I will Venmo you. Oh, no, he's Venmoing for the pack. You got it, man. All right, just know that it might not pull Charizard or Gengar, okay? So just be aware of that. Oh, ho, ho, picking up Golem. There we go. You could pull a card that maybe you didn't want. And here is Master Ball Sandshrew. If you got the money and you feel like doing it, let's do it. Okay. Does your Venmo have no icon? I believe that's correct. Yeah. You could send it $1 if you want to test that first. I think you're the second person who's asked me that question. I had to go update that. My Venmo ought to have an icon. There we go. Mr. Hathim. Okay. You know, I only recently set it up because some people were asking for it. And I didn't even know what it was. I was like, all right, let's get a Venmo. Can I get a spot, says Russ. I think he would be scared that you snipe the rare spot out. There it goes. All right. And now we have an order from Christine says 5 more of those rocket packs. You got it. Mr. Christine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If you priced that slab earlier, we talked about, I'm going to get that, not the pack. You let me know. Which slab? The Garchomp Giratina? I'm not pricing that. I was just being silly with you. I'm just being silly. Ready? Okay, Nato King. Here's this. Here's a hollow. Here's, oops, a hollow. And here's Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet. Look at that Wobbuffet. He's so wob. He's just wobbing. Okay. Nato King. Rawr. Rawr. Ooh. There we have it. I'm mega scared you're going to snipe me. What if you did manage to get him in there and he didn't snipe you? NHCC says to help Anthony Kalura pay for those bills. Check Discord. Oh, let me take a quick look. All right, let's see. He says he wants an Eevee and a Jolteon. This one's for me, and this one is for the stream to give away if they reach over 100 likes. So if you guys get over 100 likes, NHCC would like to host a little giveaway. Let's see. Let's see. So first we got to find them. So it's 2 cards. 2 Anthony Kalura cards. Let's see. Grabbing this. He was trying to snipe. Oh my, I don't even know if I want in on it. I have a bad feeling. I try to scare you a little bit on purpose. That's all. So that you don't get so that you have a realistic. And look at that Brent Love Halo Hardlight. That is cool, man. That is a cool freaking card. Wonder if I could send it to like Beckett or something and try again for another grade. They'd probably give a harsher grade. They are harsh graders. Houndoom. Okay, where is it? Hopefully it's not already sold, because I've done that mistake before where it's already sold and I didn't mention it. Okay. We're looking for a Jolteon. Okay. I'll decide in 30 minutes. Countdown. There's Eevee. Charmeleon. Oh, which... Okay, yeah, that's the right Eevee. There's a second Eevee, huh? That's a cool looking card, man. Oh, and there's the Jolteon. All right, Eevee Jolteon. Hey, thanks for the pictures. That's really useful. Okay. Let's see. Let's grab these. We got slabs for days. All right. And we'll set this here. We'll set this here. And we'll set this here. Shiboing. What is the music? There we go. So, here's Eevee and Jolteon. And this one's a giveaway by NHCC, but it has a requirement. You have to hit 100 likes. Ooh. I like that, actually. I like it if you have a giveaway, but it only gets activated by hitting 100 likes. I think I ought to do that sometimes. No, I think I remember why I didn't do that. It's because back in the day, people would refuse to like the stream if they didn't get a giveaway. That's what it was. I remember now. But I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting to that. Because at the time... This was a long time ago. I had this really nasty moment where it was a contest to get enough likes before the stream was over, and if you didn't get the enough likes, the giveaway wouldn't have been handed out. And so we made it to the end of the stream and it was over, but there were just a few more likes needed, and people were like, "Oh no, we're not going to get it." So, you know, they were all trying to force everyone to like the stream, but I was like, "Well, no, you missed it. Is that the window's closed? You can't do it now." And there was this one guy, and he was kind of prominent in the group, and he said something like, you know, "Oh, well, then I'm unsubscribing," or like, "I'm going to hit the dislike button." And I was like, whoa, unintended consequence. I remember that. That was a long time ago. I don't know if anyone here remembers that. If Alex was here, is Alex here? He might remember that. Alex, you remember that? That was a long time ago. We are. And I remember making a decision around the time that when we give free stuff away, it won't be related to likes, which is still, you know, it's nice to do this. Here we go. We're going to say NHCC on this. And so we will respect the rules of NHCC's giveaway here. But I think I got paranoid was the problem. What do you think? You think I'm paranoid? That was a long time ago. You think I'm paranoid on that, Alex? Do a lot of other streamers have it work that way? Like, am I just being paranoid? That was like 4 years ago that happened. And I was worried that I was training my audience in general to hit the like button for giveaways, but that there was this sort of backfiring effect that if there was no giveaway, you weren't going to get likes. Here we are. Let's go ahead and snip through this. That guy left. You remember him? What was his name? He had like Winter in the name or something like that. There you go. I remember he had some cards with us and he didn't even ship them. He was like, I don't want them. Most streamers don't talk about analytics or likes. They stay private. Mad streamers do that. Mister's a little paranoid. I'm a little paranoid. I think I get paranoid. So here's Eevee. Look at this Eevee. Probably because I'm crazy. So this beautiful Eevee will be property of Mr. NHCC. And this guy was 29, right? Actually, we have to service both cards. Oops. We have to make sure Anthony gets his cut. I did it. I feel like giveaways are hard to negotiate. I like Mr., so I hit the like button. If you guys ever hit that like button, I want you to do it because you like me, not because we have a giveaway. But I'll do giveaways anyways. And Mr. NHCC, who's very generous, he's doing the giveaway tonight. He's doing the Jolteon. But he has a requirement. We have to hit 100 likes. So I'm going to follow through on that. This item will be given away to whichever stream hits 100 likes. It could be this one, could be the next one. Here we are. Now, wow. So let's see. Let's get this. 80 plus 29 times, okay, plus 3547. So it comes down to 3626. Jesus. There it goes. I've won a few of your giveaways and it felt like win or lose, it's fair. Nice. Yeah, we've been hosting the giveaways for a long time, so we just have a lot that we hand out. I'm going to say NHCC on this. Good. It's Fabian. What's up, Fabian? Fabian! I just think some people are lazy and don't just bother to subscribe or like. That could happen, sure. It is. Yep. And then if they have maybe like a reason, then they go, okay, I'll do it. Look at that. Ooh. You know what it was? I think I liked the guy who kind of threw a fit because we weren't doing the giveaway that night. And I was so disappointed in his behavior that I was like, I didn't want to run into that scenario again. And so I said, we'll still give away stuff, but we just won't have it be, you know, related to likes. And so really it was more related toward just time, you know, over time, some things get handed out. Here's a Weeping Bell. Lovely. By the way, look at this. That's a square cut card. They called it authentic altered. So weird. In the past, they didn't say that because I've graded these with BGS before. In the past, they just gave it like a square cut grade. Okay, now over in the consignment channel, we got to mark these as sold out. We're going to say EV sold. And then over here, we're going to say Jolteon sold. There we go. I always look at giveaways as bonuses, now something that is really supposed to happen too often. The Yu-Gi-Oh cut. Who was the guy who came in and bought so many packs that Mr. was paranoid if he was trolling and will refund? I remember he had a YouTube verified tick mark in his name too, right? Did he? I was paranoid? When was that? Like recently or like a while ago? Mr., when is your next PSA submission? I'm behind on submissions. I'm going to try and get the submissions out this week during the weekdays. I have to do 2 of them in particular. There's 2. The BGS submission has to be done. It's officially late. And then I have a cross-grade submission that has to be done for for our friend Mr. LaFlame. So I have 2 things I have to work on, 2. There was a few check marks, but most have been legit. I think they've all been legit. Yeah, they've all been legit. All right, let's see. Oops. We need to say this is sold over here. Jolteon sold. It says jolting sold. And then let's take a picture of this. Okay. All right. Put this down here. We have not priced up any new slabs, which I was kind of wanting to do that a little bit tonight. No, not price a new one up. I remember now. What I wanted to do, I wanted to start a new break. That's what it was. This NHCC giveaway card is free at 100 likes. At 100 likes. Can't really read that, can you? 10 Korean rockets for Julio. You got it, man. 10 Korean rocket. Could have somebody pretending they have a check mark. Really? Is that a thing? 10 of these. We're going to have a check mark pretty dang soon. If you're looking at our subscribe count, guys, look at our subscribe count. It's so tasty. Let's see. Our subscribe count is... Click. 98,000. 98,699. We are 1,300 subscribers away from 100,000. We are so close, man. We are getting so close. We are trudging along slowly but surely. We're about to finish up the 98,000s and roll into the 99,000s. That's a special number. You want to be there for when you're in the 99,000s. That's a special time period, I feel. All right, here goes. Would you still be a fan of Pokemon if they ever started using AI art? Oh, I'm open-minded. It is. You know, how do you know they're not already doing that? They might be doing it right now. Here it is. Every single creative job right now might be talking to ChatGPT or something similar to help them with their ideas. And they might even have, like, draw me a sketch, a polywag, and he's on top of a lily pad, and he's making a funny face, and put it in an old style. And then they get that image, and then what they might be doing is once they have the image, they kind of copy it. So they might already be doing it. You don't know. But I think what you're talking about is if Pokemon was directly copy paste from an AI generator, which I think we could potentially detect that, could we not? This definitely wasn't AI. You know how I know this isn't AI? Too ugly. Okay, here goes Julio. I wouldn't buy that, says Mr. Alex. Catching up to the GameConomist. Yeah, we really are. We really are. We are. Ooh. But you know, the GameConomist broke 100,000 way faster than this channel. GameConomist was like at 100,000 in 2 years. It took like 2 years to get to 100,000. This channel is 7 years later, it's hitting 100,000. So this channel grew way slower. So much harder to grow in the Pokemon card community. It is. It's more niche, but also I think there's severe competition, and my style of content doesn't help. We mostly are shop from home, and people do not necessarily subscribe just for shop from home. They go, it's a shop from home. There you go. Rip and ship, shop from home, it's the same thing, isn't it? All right, there's only so many exciting moments. Limited. You don't miss streaming video games, Mr. Question Mark? I do a little bit. Yeah, I miss those days. I miss that. That was cool when I could just plug in my video game, turn it on, and have an audience of like 500 people. And, ooh, I just got a message. And then people would drop like $40, $50, $60 donations, and all I had to do was play games. Now, that was cool. I do miss that, but what we do here is even cooler than that. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied with what we're doing. Hold on, my messages. Okay. Put this away. I feel like Pokemon content in general is extremely saturated. Dude, it is so saturated, bro. How are you supposed to stand out when every single person in their mama drama wants to sell you a Pokemon card? It is so densely overpopulated right now. Next up, we got CS Man, Eevee, and Jolteon to PSA, please. Oh, that's so weird. That's exactly what we just got for NHCC, and now you're grading an Eevee and a Dark Jolteon. So cool. As long as you're happy. It sounded cool that you did Monster Hunter content before this. Yeah, you guys know about that, right? Does everyone here know about that? Some people might not know. I have a second YouTube channel. It's literally bigger than this one, and it's kind of a dead channel because I don't post to it at all. But give me a second here. Okay. Let's see. Can I see it? Here it is. The GameConomist with 133,000 subscribers. Look at that. 1.4 thousand videos. Cool. That's my old channel. Check that out. So anyways, I tried to get back into that channel a little bit when the new Monster Hunter game came out, but to be honest, I just didn't do it. I didn't feel it, man. I didn't feel it. Oh, so check this out. So this channel, this is the one we're on now. 98.7 thousand subscribers, 4.8 thousand videos. We have fewer subscribers, but like triple the numbers of videos. But you know what it is? They're all shorts. They're all shorts. 2 streams a day in a short, you know? Wow. It's a lot of content. Crazy. Yeah, we make a lot of content. What's our top video, by the way? Latest, popular. Okay. The top video is Stranger Things Remix by C418 with 81,000 views. That was monetized. That's because a long time ago, this was a side channel experiment of mine where I was uploading non-copyrighted music and marking it as copyright free and then, you know, monetizing it to see if I could make any money doing that. And I did. I did make some money, but I didn't work very hard on it. And I was doing that because I had a knowledge of copyright-free music because I was constantly working with copyright-free music to make my videos on the TheCardconomist channel. How do we look at the data for this? How do I look at the analytics? Guess I can't easily look it up from this app. Let me look it up over here. I'm curious what this made in the end. So let's look that up. Stranger. This ended up making me over the entire period, lifetime. You ready for this? Let's see what it says. $68. It made me $68 over time. Huh. Cool. It really wasn't any work. I just knew that the song was copyright free. And then since I knew that, I just uploaded it and turned on the ads. That was it. A big reason why the TheCardconomist got more is because it was actually informational guides as videos, whereas here it's pack openings. Exactly. And what we could do over here is I could make guides, but the problem is it's kind of it's difficult to make guides as also a let's say it's like a card shop. Like what Coca-Cola could do is they could make content about how to make Coca-Cola, but then they will put themselves out of business. So what am I going to make guides on? I will have to make guides on everything that doesn't affect my business. And so it's not a lot I can work with. It is. So in the end, our content doesn't really revolve around that much. Yes, here we are. Maybe one day when I'm retired, I'll make content on how to run a rip and ship really well. Oops. Time to start making Mr. Beast-like content. Yeah, we could try to do that if we wanted. We are. Okay, look at that Eevee. Beautiful. Here's Dark Jolteon. Make guides on the card game itself, what deck to make and stuff. That would be no good, though, because that's not what I specialize in. So, wrong audience, and I'm not the most skilled at it. Somebody else is. See? So the things I'm most skilled at would be running a rip and ship shop. But if I revealed how to run a rip and ship shop, then all my copycats gain an edge on me. Yes. All right. Very nice. Mr. Goes to Africa and makes everyone blind. I heard those wells. I heard Mr. Beast dug those wells in Africa, and they're already getting like messed up or something like that. They're not maintaining them or something like that. I heard about that. That was on TikTok. They were talking about that. Here's Hathim, 5 Rocket Korean. And people are very critical of that because it turns out America's been giving a lot of money to Africa for a very, very, very long time. And it doesn't seem to solve like some sort of fundamental problem over there where they just never have this stuff. And so there's a real question if, you know, that money really helps anything or if it just goes into some sort of charity's pocket. The CEO of the charity makes millions of dollars. In this case, Mr. Beast would be the CEO of the charity. And, you know, and then, of course, whoever's over there, some government official or charity collector over there, they get a cut too. But then for some reason, Africa just needs help again. It's just never, ever, ever, ever solved. Here's Blazy Can. Ooh. No return on investment. And it's not an investment, it's a charitable event, but it's like, yeah, it's basically no return on investment on the charity. Wow, dude. What a snipe. You know, everyone jumped in this box. Everyone jumped in this box at them. You still got Golden Mewtwo out of there. That's pretty gradable. Beautiful, man. It goes to make everyone gay. Oh. There we go. Very nice. Very good. All right, let's grab this. So we are about to open up a super expensive booster pack for Mr. CS Man. I hope you guys don't go anywhere because I want you to see that, by the way. There we go. It says we got a larger audience now, huh? The frogs are drinking the water again? All right, good. There we go. There it is. CS Man says, give me that vintage boosty. There we are. Let's go ahead and contact this guy real fast. All right. Oh, it's a big deal, guys. That says U.S. coins and jewelry. What? U.S. coins and jewelry, everybody. Shows you how far spread Pokemon card pack selling is getting. Coins and jewelry is getting in on it. The Chinese market stopped pumping the stickers. What stickers are you referring to? Anytime something does well, people say it's the Chinese market now. It's really funny. I'm tempted to just snip this, you know. I say we just snip it. Let's snip it. Let's snip it. Let's get these out nice and clean. The cards are all that matter. Okay. We want that. We want that nice. Because this was sticking together pretty strong. Went from 3:40 on Friday to 5:50 in the morning. Oh, the CS2 game. You ready? All right. This is your destiny right here. Oh, I like the centering on it. I hope it's good. I hope it's Charizard. I hope it's Gengar. We are. Those are the top pulls. Could pull either of those. There's a lot of other really good things in this deck as well. So you don't just have to pull those two to break even. Those two would be really exciting to pull, but there's a lot of break even cards. All right. So what do we have here? We've got Sabrina. Oh, beautiful. Man, even that Sabrina trainer looks good. Oh, wow. I just sold one of these for like $200 in a 10. The Magikarp. Okay. Pidgey. That's Koga's Pidgey. Okay. Here's Brock's Confusion or something like that. Blaine's Quiz. Oh my gosh. Look at that Blaine's Vulpix. That is so good. Okay. Giovanni's Meowth. God, this is bringing back so many memories. Kakuna. Lovely. Koga's Kakuna. There is Ekans. And Giovanni's Pinsir, which is a rare, actually. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think Giovanni's Nidoking is one of the potential pulls. Look at all this. Beautiful. All right, I'm scared, guys. This is a big one right here, everybody. He paid $6.80 for this pack. Are you ready? Oh! Giovanni's Gyarados. And it really doesn't look that bad. It might have a shot at a 10. Wow, beautiful card. This is definitely a scenario where you can break even on this pull. Or better, I think. That's a great pull. Is that good? Yeah, any Gyarados is good. And then you still got all these you can potentially grade as well. Look, these actually go together, in fact. So you got Giovanni's Gyarados and Giovanni's Magikarp. Look at that, guys. Pretty cool. Swirl. Let's see. Does it have a swirl? I can't tell. Might not have a swirl. We are. Wow. Hi, first time tuning in. Love your channel. Beautiful pull. Hey, what's up, Smokey? Nice to see you, man. So, Smokey, help us out. We're trying to get to 100K. Hit that, smash that like button. Smash that subscribe button. So this is what? Jim Girardes. Japanese. Okay, so he goes for about 450 right now. So it's not bad. I mean, it's really not bad. If you can pull a 10 on that, and he really doesn't look too bad. He might actually get a 10. This one might have a shot at the 10. You would definitely want to consider grading him because it's such an expensive card. And then, yeah, I mean, actually, if this one pulled a 10 too, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? You'd have them together. But this is a rare, the Giovanni's Pincer. He might, no, he's a little off-center. I don't know if I'd mess with that one. Oh, man, if this one could grade 10, that'd be really good. But it's looking slightly thin on this side. There are. So the Vulpix would be an interesting 10 as well. All right, grading the Gyarados and Magikarp for like an evolution set. Please put them in a card protector. All right, nice, dude. Hey, is that Joseph Jones? I was just thinking about you. I was like, I wonder whatever happened to Joseph Jones. There we go. Joseph Jones. Grab this. Very good. All right. Boop. Okay. How much are the Magikarp and the Gyarados? It's a nice card, man. All right, let's get him in here. I'm still alive. I'm also sending the Vulpix to tag. Okay, Vulpix to tag. Okay. All right. Well, we got to put out some submissions, man, because Mr. CS Man has got plenty of stuff. Oh, we're going to say T. Now, you said you're sending this one to tag. Do you know where you want to send these other two? You have some big returns coming up, man. Okay. Set these here. And then let's put these into your bag. And I guess that means I need a new vintage pack as well. Okay, set that there. Ooh. Now, I believe I'm going to be able to offer a second break because the guy who sold me one of these gym challenge packs, I think, mentioned he's got another one. Okay. Man, I'm tempted to open one of these on TikTok. In order to make some content, you know what I'm saying? Hoping to purchase something from you this payday. I don't know what yet, though. You can just buy one of these. It'd be so fun. All right, beautiful. I am tempted to open one of these on TikTok. Nah. Let's get it up there. You know what it is? I watched you do well and have fun with it. It made me want to try. All right. God. I sent the PayPal order. Okay, so these are going to PSA. Sounds good. Okay. Well, now you're probably feeling pretty satisfied with your Pokemon card orders. Let's see. Look at that. You got some nice vintage there. You got some nice vintage here. We got these Brett cards going to tag grading. That'll be exciting. Here's a CS Men Dark Golduck and Dark Jolteon. You got a Hollow Dark Machamp. That is super cool. Mark Valerian sending us Blue Eyes, and Joshua sending BGS Wanted. All right, we got some serious cards to send out. We're ready to send some stuff out, man. I can't wait to see some cards return from grading, too. Joey Jones, how's it going? I should have a bag and some slabs. Can I order a Prismatic PC, Lucario, and shipping, please? Why, yes, you can. So you're saying you might have a slabs and a bags. Okay, sounds good. I was just checking to see if you had a box. So let me go grab that for you. You're getting a Prismatic PC. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the packs and the promos into the room already out of the box because I can't open the box in front of the camera. There's just not enough room on the table. And then I could open it in the room, but then I got to toss the trash by me. I'm just going to do it in my inventory room. So I'll bring all those over in just 1 second. All right. All right, here we are. Whew. Yeah, these come in gigantic boxes. So, oh yeah. Be better off cracking that 8 and selling it raw, in my opinion. Okay, so let's start by sleeving these. Ooh, Tyranitar. Mr. on top or live chat? Almost certainly top chat. Okay. So this guy is an older holographic card from a different set. So weird. And they brought him back to be a stamped card. Oh, wait a second. It doesn't say Prismatic on it. It actually says Paldea Evolved on it. I didn't know that. That's so strange. And then this one says Scarlet Violet. That is very strange. I did not notice that before. So this Tyranitar is being treated like he's a part of Paldea Evolved. Huh. Give us a kitty update. She came with us to Dallas. She didn't like being in the cage for so long. She seemed pretty bored. We bought a traveling cage thing. It was spacious, but she didn't like it. She was like, meow. She seemed to be having a good time most of the time. Here we are. Karis is pretty intoxicated. This cat's very nice. Here we are. It will, like, sleep on you, which is exactly what she wanted. Because she's so lonely at night. She's sleeping right now. Karis is asleep right now. And I'm in here working. So for almost 7 years, Karis has gone to bed by herself. She hates that. There we go. She's like a person who does better when she doesn't have to sleep by herself. She sleeps in the family room. Because she's like, it's a more social place. So she's got like a sleep anxiety thing. It's very interesting. Here goes. My shipment hasn't updated at Stamps. It was shipped on 9/9. All right, let's see. Houndoom. All right. Here's Sylveon. Shipped on 9/9, which means the label would have been printed on 9/9. And so let's pull this up real fast. So you were printed on a Tuesday. The Lexus would have packed it up on a Wednesday. Then it would have been officially picked up on a Thursday. Okay. And so it would have been traveling from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but not Sunday. So it's likely been traveling for 3 days. So here's my bet. I bet you the dummy mailman did not bother scanning the label. I bet you that's what it is, because we've been having that issue a lot. Let's see. Ooh, little Umbreon here. You guys brought the cat. How was it? She did well, actually. She handled the car ride pretty well. We were a little worried that she might have a bathroom problem or something like that, you know. But no, she did fine. My fault not throwing off the stream. Stamp sucks. It did that to me too. It's not the stamp software. Stamps is just it just prints out USPS postage. It's actually the post office seems to be doing a consistent thing where they are not scanning the labels at all. It did take a long time to move for me too, but on the actual USPS tracking site, it did have some updates. Karis isn't gonna never let go of that cat. It is here we are. S Beyond. It's actually nicer to her than the other cats were. The other cats were not very nice to her, ultimately. Here we are. Treasure Tracker. But you know, that's what happened. The neighbor's cat, the ragamuffin cat. The what? No, not rag. He was a drifter. Yeah, he was an outdoor cat, and he kind of came into our lives on his own. He came to us and learned how to use our cat door. There's a cat door that leads to the outside from our garage. And he had figured out how to use that and just started coming into our house on his own. And he was real cuddly. And Karis ended up really liking that. And then the neighbor gave that cat to his daughter on Labor Day weekend. And Karis had like a mental crisis, man. Here's Time. Ooh, that cat is her child now. I know I joke about that. I'm the mailman. I don't want to appreciate you calling us dummy for not doing some dumb scam. You're the mailman? Here we are. All right. Put your dukes up. Here's Screamtail. Ooh. Thanks for the info, SJ. God, those mailmans. I've had a job at UPS. It's pretty brutal. Here it is. But yeah, I mean, not scanning the packages. We gotta have the packages scanned either way. You're gonna have to start celebrating birthdays for it. Oh, really? I don't know, dude. She would be okay with that. I don't know if I'm at that level of insanity. A mailman. Here we are. Litleo, Dunsparce, and Galatheon. Mister, I have 25 cards with you going to PSA, Tag, and BGS. Nice, dude. That's great. You're going to have a really fun time when they're all coming back, and that will happen faster than you think. Here we are. The trick is to not think about them for like a little while. Here's Max Rod, and here's Dunsparce and Ortega. So, typical Prismatic. They give you everything except for a good Pokemon. They're like, would you like to collect 25 trainers out of your packs? Here you go. Thank you, Joseph Jones. Those Prismatic packs are notably cheaper now. Love it that way. They make special pet treats for birthdays. Special pet treats for birthdays. All right. I think I need to examine the pack price on Prismatic and change it. Give me a moment. I'm going to do that right now. I take all my outgoing packages to the post office myself. That way I see them getting scanned in. Mailman women are lazy as hell. Did you hear that, Isaiah? Did you hear that? He called you lazy as hell, bro. You're not going to let him say that, are you? Fight, fight, fight. All right, let's see. So we are changing our Prismatic price right now. Pokemon English, Prismatic Evolutions. It's going to be $14. So Prismatic, you can buy one pack of Prismatic for $14 now. But before we go too far with that, let me see. You would be lazy too if you had to walk 17 miles and deliver heavy packages over 15 pounds. He's out here representing, man. He said, you can't talk about us that way. All right, let's see. Okay. And let's see. I'm on Isaiah's side. That's a tough job. Let's see. It's tough because it's not like it's not like, first of all, you're not going to buy a mansion if you're a mailman. It's not going to pay you that way. It's just there's no ceiling where you can like reach that income level. So, or I should say, there's no opportunity that gets that high. Maybe if you're like the postmaster general or something, or whatever they call it, but I don't think that's a very common job over there. The next thing is, it's a kind of job where it's like, it's very repetitive, you know? I wonder if that means that job could be AI one day. It's a very repetitive job, you know? Not the kind of job you jump out of bed, oh my God, I can't wait to put mail in the mailbox. I know this because, again, I used to work for UPS. I worked for UPS for a little while. And what I remember about it is it was kind of a thankless job. Nobody pat you on the back and say, wow, we're so glad that you are so good at moving packages back and forth. People just kind of take it for granted. They do. People take it for granted. They're like, of course, he got all my packages. That's the way it's meant to be. Update the donation list. Mister, the donation list needs to be updated. Oh, no problem. Let's see. Would you like a screenshot of my spreadsheet? I think I'm okay. Yes, we need to update the donations list for our friend NHCC. I'm just doing a quick check on something. Give me a moment here. Doing a little work in the background for the moment. All right. So we are going to do this right now. I'm going to acquire a nice extra large chunk of Prismatic. So Prismatic, no longer $16 per pack. It's now $14 per pack. Prismatic has gotten cheaper. There we go. Before I did that, I wanted to make sure that we stocked up on it a little bit. Now let's take care of Joseph Jones shipping. But first, let's write this down. I was on my call with my friend for 11 hours. That's a long time. That's a big phone bill. All right. So you're ready to be a YouTuber, Miss Emily. You get a job talking. Okay, so this jumps up to, what does it jump up to? 74? Oh yeah, NHCC 74. You're welcome, everyone, for making it cheaper. Yeah, well, I realized that the premium collection and the individual booster pack prices were out of sync with each other. And the reason for that is because I was sourcing the booster packs from actually overpriced booster bundles. But if the price has fallen because, you know, the Prismatic Premium Collection came out, I should just buy a ton of that and get the price down, which is exactly what we did. Also, let me pop my drink over now. Dear God, that's good. Okay. So let's hunt you down. So Joseph Jones, what did you have again? Did you say you had a lot of stuff? I can't remember the last time we shipped you. I thought you had a box at one point, but then maybe we shipped that box? Joshua Whipple, Joshua Ramos, Joseph. I'm glad you stopped by the way. Again, we were missing you. I was wondering whatever happened to that one guy we knew named Joseph Jones. Joseph Haney with the super outdated bag. Mr. Poppin' Coors Lights. Ew. No, I'm popping Code Red Mountain Dew. I have a glass of your finest red. Let's see. Joseph Jones. I swear you used to have a box. Didn't you have a box? I think a small bag and some slabs. Oh, okay. A small bag and some slabs. That is a very different perspective. I was not looking for a small bag. Ah, you're right. It is a small bag. It was right here, actually, in the main box. So weird how just that little bit of information changes the way I look. Because if a bag was small, I wasn't looking at it at all. There we go. I have that SIM card in Discord. Only need emails. You have a SIM card? Okay, cool. And actually, let me take care of this as well. Okay. I'm now making a purchase of another gym challenge pack. There we go. Nice. So I wanted to get that done. The one guy said he had 2 of them, so I just bought that one. All right, good. So that's all taken care of. My job is spending money too. Isn't that weird? It's a weird part of my job. I have to spend a lot of money. So, Joseph, now we're going to jump over here. By the way, we got more of that if you want to take a second shot at it. I don't know how deep your pockets run, but if you felt like maybe you didn't get what you wanted out of there, you're always welcome to take another shot. Okay, we're going to increase the weight on this because you said a couple slabs. Michelob Ultra better than Coors Light. Does your parents know about disengrossed people like EDP? What are you talking about? We are? Corona Extra for me. Okay, we are. Good. I had my last bag of Skittles gummies with Red 40. It's illegal now. Nice. What? You knew it was, did you like know it had the Red 40 in it and you're like, I'm having some anyways. Even though this is going to be illegal in 2 seconds. I'm going to miss my Red 40 and corn syrup. All right, there we go. Okay. I guess I'll have to go back to eating this whole tub of margarine. Zachary Stekskowski, 5 English Scarlet Violet base set. Ooh, that's always fun. Hey, how's it going tonight, Mr. Zach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Let's just say I don't tell my parents about my relationships. I learned from my experience. What? You don't tell your parents? I kind of get it, though. You know, you're getting to that. You're what? You said you were like 17, right? You're like a year away from 18. You get to that point where it's like you're thinking for yourself. You don't want your parents involved. You want to do your own thing, you know? So I get that. It is. Still, if anyone's ever too crazy, you be sure to tell your parents. Here we are. Be sure to talk to ChatGPT. That's what I do. Dear ChatGPT, what do you think? You can actually screenshot what someone said to you and then ask the AI for advice. The same with Google Gemini. So be sure to download all that on your phone, the AIs. Who needs parents when you've got AI? Here's Skeledirge. AI, will you tell me I did a good job and pat me on the head? Here's Pupa. Finally, a young'un with me. I think Emily will run off with the guy, and the parents will be Delulu. Here's Pamat. Here's Armorage. For the love of God, don't do OnlyFans when you turn 18. Here's Energy Switch, Dash Bund. There we go. Yeah, I agree with him. It's much more lucrative to sell Pokemon cards. There you go. Don't do Pokemon fans. Can you imagine how many fathers stop talking to their daughters because of OnlyFans? Probably none. You think fathers don't talk to their daughters if they run an OnlyFans? I don't think that's it. If I had to bet, though, I bet a lot of OnlyFans girls simply didn't have fathers. Dude, but, you know, interestingly, some probably do have fathers. It is. All right. It's 2025, man. It's 2025. That's a long time in the future. Bet you there's plenty of dads who know their daughter does that and they go, yeah. They probably don't love it, but they probably don't hate their daughter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this one's pretty good. I like this card, huh? All right, let's turn him into a break. They probably don't love it. Unless they get famous and valuable, and then they say, hey, how about your old man? He needs a little gift. He needs his mortgage taken care of. Here we are. You have to subscribe for my spiciest content. Yes, I make it. I'm an accountant. Spicy accountant. The number of girls who make like something like a freaking TikTok or something like that of them dancing, and then the whole goal of the TikTok account is to just gain brand recognition and redirect you to their naked profile. Ryan Chatter, what's up, man? He says, I have a slab from the recent PSA return, and I might have a bag for shipping. Okay, Ryan, let's get you all shipped up. Charlie Kirk was not only a conservative, but a friend to us all. He was a person with a kind heart who knew what truth was. Here we are. Ryan Chatter. Yeah, it was pretty... That whole thing is really sad. How much is the Japanese Gym 2 break? Japanese Gym 2 break. This one? It's a... Wait, can you not see it? Oh, you can't see it on screen. It's a freaking $68 a spot break. It's crazy expensive. Not cheap at all. It is. Sage PSA 9 is incoming. Love tag slabs, by the way. Me too. I think they're great. We're a tag dealer. We have a contract with Tag to grade a lot of slabs. I'm very excited for that, and they want me to do middleman grading. So we offer middleman grading, $30 for me to middleman a card off to Tag for you. Okay, now he's ready. He's got me his address. We've got you a bag. It says 626 on it, which means that it doesn't expire until 2 years from now. Why does it say 626 on it? Okay, we have an address right here. And let's see, does it match the one you gave me? Yes, it does. All right, good. And you said you got some slabs that came back from PSA. That's great. When you do eventually ship my stuff, the box is going to be so big, just in slabs that I bought. I have 20 with you. Only 20? Here we are. All right. Those are rookie numbers, CS man. No, but you got a pretty expensive shipment with the celery and the Tyranitar. So we'll be sure to do special shipping for those at least. Did the music just stop? There we go. So those will get special shipping. We've definitely shipped huge amounts, multiple times. So yeah, that is a lot though. It all adds up, you know. Adds up into thousands of dollars pretty fast. That's what's cool about Pokemon. It's not that scary if you believe in its resellability. So if you have some familiarity with like selling collectibles or something like it, like the sneaker market, then it doesn't scare you as much. When the time comes, I still don't know when I'm going to America. I'll also pay for extra insurance if needed. Sure, yeah, that's an option to anybody who wants insurance. You can insure your stuff. And yeah, that Tyranitar top is so nice. Oh yeah, that's a nice card. Let's see. Can you show the Zard before you pack it up, says Kevin. It's all the way in the shipping area. I kind of don't want to retrieve it. You'll see it really soon, though. Yes, Miss Alexis comes in on Monday to do the shipping, and she'll be in. I know she'll be in because if she doesn't, I'll go crazy. Actually, maybe I should ask her because she mentioned to me she was interested in a schedule change, and I've got 2 eBay slabs that have to ship. Oh, she asked for payment, and I didn't send her payment for over the weekend. I'm so bad. Okay, so then I have to do that, and then I have to ask her if she's coming in Monday. Okay, Hathim, 3 Korean Terra Festival. Terra Festival getting opened. What the hell? Where do I even keep Terra Festival? I don't know where I keep it anymore. Here's the Korean Terra Festival. Wait, did you ask for Korean Terra Festival? Oh, you did. You asked exactly for that. Okay, so Korean Terra Festival. There we go. There we are. I don't know. What do you guys think? Emily for mod? I'm thinking Emily for mod. New mod. There we go. Snipping this. Ooh. Very nice. Throwing that away. Here's the Dorito. Here's Jolteon. We got Raku. And Magneton. Not a crazy round this time. Pretty normal round. I don't know the requirements. You don't know the requirements. He doesn't know the requirements. Emily for mod. Yes. Here we are. All right. So here's this. We could just have a... How do I look at what you have for sale, like pack-wise? Says Smokey the Bat. Hey, what's up, Smokey? Pack prices will be located in the description of the live stream. The description of the live stream, which is in the upper corner of the screen. You can click on that, and it'll take you to the description. CS Min says, the Gyarados and Magikarp to PSA and the Vulpix to Tag. Thank you very much. Julio Chavez says, shipping please. You got it, man. Anything for you. All right, very nice. 1 PSA display plus stand. Ah, okay. Very important that you receive that. We grab this. That would be cool. What's the rules of being a mod? Step number 1, you have to be totally hip and chill. Step number 2, anything I say, you have to be like, oh, that's such a good idea. We are. Let's go ahead and print. You have to cry because my ideas are so good. Sometimes I go by Dear Leader. There. Oh my God. I print one label and then I try to print another label and it says you can't print that. You must also own a Labubu. Can I apply for mod? Right now, I guess right now we're pretty good on mods. I think if we ever have a mod shortage, I will be on a hunt for a mod at that point. But we haven't had a mod problem in a while. There we go. We haven't had a moderator problem in a while. We got some really consistent moderators. We are. Oh, on the label as well, I'm going to say 1 PSA display plus stand. All right, cool, man. We have no lives, so we mod. We are. You can't say that. You have a very satisfying life where you get to hang out with your card collecting friends and be a moderator in a card stream. Okay, there we go. Now we have Hunter Tipton with the bigger order. He wants 20 of the Mega Braves. Oh, Hunter Tipton going deep. I like it. Let's get it, man. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. 20 of these. Scooby-doo. All right. Ready? Snipping this. Snip number 1. Snip number 2. Snip number 3. Snip. And snip number 4. Snip. Ta-da! I wonder what South Park's going to do after the Charlie Kirk assassination. I wonder what they plan, because they had him in an episode. I wonder if he was going to show up in another episode, or if that was just the only one. It seemed kind of like their content strategy was basically just to make fun of Republicans. I think that's what it was. It is. Ooh. And so I wonder if that will change much now that this event has occurred. It is. There's not Lucario. What's that again? Riolu? I wonder what they'll do. Here's a cold one. Here's Lunatone. Halloween this year is going to be very interesting. I remember when that one comedian lady held up what appeared to be like a fake Trump head, but it was like bloodied, like she had decapitated Donald Trump. Remember that? We are. It's like the comedy gets kind of over the top, and it's interesting if you can take comedy and take it too far potentially. It is. Ooh, Mawile. I guess that's only on my mind because they weren't really too bad at Charlie Kirk in the one episode, but he's dead now. He's dead right after that episode. Very nice. Ooh. And they were pretty strongly, like they were implying like Trump sleeps with Satan. You know, he's like pure evil or something. And I wonder where they were heading with all that, and if they're going to change that at all, so as not to have too harsh of like the rhetoric is too harsh. Here's Dialga. In other words, oh, look at that beautiful Venusaur. Hunter Tipton. That was the box to open, man. Look at that, everybody. Wonderful SAR Venusaur popping out. Congratulations. This is from Mega Brave. This set's still so much fun to open. We've got more Mega Brave and more Mega Symphonia, I believe, just waiting to be opened. If you guys are wanting to play that. You know, I feel like not everyone opened this set. Some people opened it when it came out, but not everybody bothered to open it. But I was going to say, I think probably what's going to happen with their content is there's going to be a little bit of policing going on by Paramount or Cartoon Network or whoever it is. Actually, I think Paramount is owned by Cartoon Network. Is that not right? So the owner of the platform is going to police the episodes because it's a very sensitive time period right now. And so whatever they had planned for Donald Trump might be a bit blunted now, if I had to guess. I don't know what they're going to do. There we go. All right. Hunter Tipton probably throws a wrench in their original plans, and they're probably making changes to it right now. So, your stuff, did he say shipping? No, he didn't say shipping. Okay, your stuff's going to be over here. Ta-da! There's always some censorship. Here's Haston. Haunted. Let's pop these up here. Anything that they post from this point on for this season is going to be scrutinized like crazy, I feel. There we go. Because people will be wanting to know what their tone is after Charlie was assassinated. There we go. New Mega isn't even out in English. They pulled the debater episode, kind of. Here's Drowsy, here's Slowpoke, and here is Bowser. Cool, man. I love those Mario poker cards. What do you guys think of those? Ron Shapiro says he'll take a spot in the Gym Challenge break. Heck yeah, dude. Okay. Ryan Shapiro. South Park always moves on. Look at Chef when Bro passed. But that was a little bit different, right? Like, Chef passed away from, just normal passing, sort of. Just from health issues. There we go. Mr. Athim, 3 more Korean Terror Festival. Okay. Let's grab this. Ooh. 1 pack left. Okay. Not right now, Mom. I'm master debating. All right. And we'll grab this. I was sponsored by a new protein powder. Beep. Hathim, what do you got? Oh, well, so it was worth it to keep pushing on these. However, let me rephrase that. It was correct that there was still a hit in the boxes. So you would have given up too early not knowing what the hit is. However, it was a bad hit. It wasn't a good card. For the special slab and stand, will they still come together? Yes. Yes, they will. Those will come with your order. That's right. Alexis has instructions to include them. I want to watch the new season of Beavis and Butthead, but I don't know how to watch it. It's not showing up on Paramount for me. Do you guys know how to watch the new Beavis and Butthead? Ooh, beautiful. Hatham, Hatham. He's the man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the orders, by the way, guys. It's really nice. We have a nice thing going on over here. By the way, if you're paying attention to earlier, we just lowered the price on individual Prismatic Evolution packs. They're now $14 a pack. That's a nice thing. We don't always lower prices, but sometimes we do. Is it on Max? I don't know. I couldn't find it on Paramount Plus, though. I really want to watch it. There's some new episodes. Halo sketch. Aerodactyl break. Ammonite. All right. Mr. David Smith would like to trade in the Tag 10 Tyranitar that he won in a gym break for store credit. I'm open-minded to that. The only problem is I would have to go retrieve it. Wonder where it is. It's in the shipping area, most likely. If it was still up here, that would be very easy. Do you know if it's still up here? Or do you think it's down there already? Well, it's not in here. Pluto TV, that's new to me. Looks like Pluto TV for Beavis Butthead. Man, I hate having to subscribe to so much crap. God, it's such a ripoff, man. I just go on the hub and wait. We're not talking about that, sorry. What? I'm definitely open-minded, Mr. David Smith. All right, let me hit refresh. Here's... Click. Jose Trevino, he says 10 Simpsons and 2 Trump Playboys and 10 of the Korean 151s. Wow, that's a big order. So let me try to do the math out in my head a little bit here, make sure it all adds up. 10 Simpsons, 2 Trumps, and 10 Korean 151. Let me see the price on the Korean 151. I've forgotten it. So that's $5. So how much are the Simpsons going for then? Are they really cheap? They're not even in the menu here. Are they at the top? Are they the on sale menu? Oh, so the Simpsons are $6 a piece. So 10 Simpsons would be $60, and 10 Korean 151 would be $50. So the math isn't correct here, Mr. Jose Trevino. So are you watching right now, Mr. Jose Trevino? So the math here is not right, which means we need to adjust the order or have more money sent in, one or the others. 10 Simpsons, 2 Trumps. Okay, so let me show you what that would add up to real fast. So 10 of the Simpsons, Simp, would be 60. Okay, and then 10 Korean 151 would be 50. And then the 2 Trump Playboys, let me take a quick look into those real fast. That'll be under other card set. Okay, those are $10 a piece. 2 Trump. So those are 20 bucks. Okay, that total comes out to 110 plus 20. So the total is 130, which means you're $30 short. There we are. All right, I'll start gathering them up. I'll send more. Sounds good to me. Let's find these cards. Now, the Simpsons, I believe I just placed them over there. Yeah, that's right. Vintage Simpsons cards, everybody. Let's get them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 10 of these. I can't get to my Moltres. 10 Korean 151. Let's see. Okay, so we'll need to get more of that unless it's already in the room. It's already in the room, perchance? No. And then 2 of the Trump Playboys, which I think would have been over here. Actually, I don't know where those went. I think I might have to get more of them. We might have sold through the last round of them, the previous round. Yeah, it looks like the Trump Playboy cards will be coming from a fresh box as well. So more of the 151 and more Trump Playboy. Not seeing the Beavis show on Paramount either. TCC not on Pluto. Oh, you can't find it on either. Maybe somebody can figure it out. Does anyone know how to watch the new season of Beavis Butthead? All right, here we are. Cool. Yeah. Torrent it. Oh, I didn't think of that. Here we are. They make it so hard to find that it's easier to steal it. I'm seeing it's moved to Comedy Central, but my app is saying not available in my country. That's racist. Not available in your country. What are you trying to say? Ow. A new box, a new chance for the high-end Donald Trump card. There. Did you watch the new Dexter? I've never watched any Dexter episode. There we go. Only airs on Comedy Central. That's weird. That is weird. I kind of felt like that was what happened. Oh, wow. Let me check this real fast, too, before I cut this open. Grabbing this. Snipping this. All right, there we go. Nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Trevino. Now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. What a lovely order. What a nice, thick order. Dummy thick. Mister, we bought Starlink because our old internet completely stopped working. You bought Elon Musk's Starlink? That's pretty interesting. We are. All right. Toss this away now. So, here's Bart's Bafflers. How did Bart get out of genius school? He dropped out, he flunked out, he graduated by blowing up the chemistry lab. Answer D. So, look at this. I will not drive the principal's car. I will not drive the principal's car. It is Marge Simpson. Thank you. It's my specialty. Oh, no. I watched a Simpsons episode recently, and man, it was not funny. I watched a very recent Simpsons episode, and it was just not that good. And I noted as well that Marge Simpson's voice was really kind of failing. So the voice actor for Marge, I assume it's the same person. Marge's voice actor must be aging to the point where they can't do the voice acting anymore. There it is. But, you know, nothing against them, though, because that's pretty admirable to keep going. But it was kind of interesting. I was like, wow, kind of shows you how the character looks the same, but the person behind the character probably doesn't. I kind of want to open some packs that I have no idea what it's about. Yeah, definitely, man. We are. Ooh. Old Dexter's the best. New seasons are good, but we could cut out a lot and be better. Ooh, no way, man. I will not do that thing with my tongue. Oh, my God. So all the cards in here will be very similar. They're like moments from the TV show. Here it is. Matt Groening's The Simpsons. I don't think I've ever watched these episodes. Comics are for kids, boy. These are the earliest Simpson episodes as far as I know. And they're not part of the mainstream The Simpsons era or something like that, right? This was before it officially had like whole seasons and stuff. Is that what I understand? It's pretty neat. Bart, what the heck, bro? Here's, I will not trade pants with others. And this is, go for it, dude. Evil Bart. Okay. There you go. Matt Groening likes to use that a lot of times. The evil shoulder devil. No rest stops for the next 16 hours. That's what Karis and I just did. We just did that driving to Dallas and back. No rest stops. Got to keep moving. All right. Good. There were really some cool moments in Austin. I'm sorry, in Dallas. Like when we were on the major highway heading into the center of the city, and there were all those big clusters of large buildings. That was pretty neat. I would not yell fire in a crowded classroom for fire. It is, but you can tell they've got a lot of wealth there and a lot of stuff going on. So that's a cool moment. Ooh. We are. Futurama is a way better show. It was so good. That is one of his best shows is Futurama. But unfortunately, the remake of not the remake, the reboot, it was not that good. The reboot has been kind of boring. Right on, dude. Don't bug me. I'm studying, man. Yeah, did you guys try watching the reboot of Futurama? Kirsten and I watched like 2 episodes and gave up. We're like, nah, it doesn't have the magic of the old one. Something's changed. Something's missing. New South Park on Wednesday. This Wednesday? Like I said, I wonder what they do. We are. After Charlie Kirk has been assassinated, and he was the focus of one of their episodes very recently. Queen of the Blues. It's no wonder he became the focus because he was like the main speaker for the Republican Party, it felt like. I will not hide behind the Fifth Amendment. I plead the Fifth. We are. Me and my family almost got into a wreck in Dallas trying to get to Colorado. We are. Queen of the Blues. Karis has been to Colorado, and she talks well about it all the time. She misses it. She went there because her mother has a friend, and that friend has like a vacation cabin in Colorado. In Boulder, Colorado, apparently, which has become kind of fancy and expensive. So she got to go to Boulder, Colorado, and she still talks about it. Oh, Boulder, Colorado was so good. Anyways, so when we're trying to pick a place to move, anytime it's a place that has some sort of mountains in the background, she's like, let's go there. It's like, all right. I wish I was really rich. We'd move to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That place is so expensive. Oh, my God, dude. It's like billionaires pushing out the millionaires. It's so expensive. I will not drive the principal's car. We already got that one. And there it is. It is the Marge card. We went to the Rocky Mountains YMCA. Oh. There we go. I want to go to the Rocky Mountains YMCA. I hear that if you live up in the mountains, you just get skinnier. Because apparently it's something about the higher elevation or something like that. There's only one cookie left. Comics are for kids, boy. Why does that card say Fossil First Edition? Which one? That one? Because it is a Fossil First Edition card. Ammonite from Fossil. Okay. Okay. And now, Marge's Mindbenders. The name of the school that Bart and Lisa attend is Springfield Elementary, Spring Lake Remedial, Springboro, Spring Lake School. What? You can't mess that up. Here's hamsters do not eat onion rings. That's not true. Yes, they do. There was a little accident at the power plant today. There we go. There we go. I have an announcement to make. I'm bored. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think about these really old 1990s The Simpsons Topps cards? You guys like them? They're cool, right? We did a big Nintendo game pack opening at the beginning of the stream, so this is a lot of fun. Here we have... I will not overestimate my own popularity. A little fourth wall there. That's my boy. All right. Homer's very proud of his son. Okay. It's the Bart Simpson Show, starring Bart Simpson and featuring the Bart Simpson Orchestra and the Bart Simpson Dancers. Yes. All right. We had sock puppets when we were kids. I had to wear a mask because the elevation was hurting my lungs, but we left a day early because my brother caught COVID. This was in Christmas. The elevation hurt your lungs. That's so interesting. I hear the Rocky Mountains go up to like 7,000 feet above sea level. Is it 7,000? Is Why, you little all-American dad? I will not lie, cheat, or spit. All right. There we go. They're not as old as Joe Biden. I need a Joe Biden TCG. Collect all 40 cards of picture A. Here's what your completed yellow border picture will look like. That's cool. Oh, look, see? Oh, that's cool. Very nice. I ran into a clip of Joe Biden today, and it was him talking, and he was unscripted. He didn't have like a teleprompter. And it wasn't recent. It was while he was president. And he just started going like crazy. He just started talking about all this stuff that made no sense. He even mentioned aliens. And you're watching it going, oh my God, this guy's barely put together. The all-American family. Okay, very nice. And it was kind of scary because it was interesting that he was so far gone and he was serving as president at that time. And it made you wonder who was really the president, because there's no way it was that guy. No way. It's impossible. Me Bartunga, me Lee Sumba. This is the life, man. I feel that his whole open border strategy was really a pretty bad thing for actual immigrants. It was a very bad thing because it made Americans more cynical and maybe a little angry. And so, it was almost like he was playing for the other team. It's almost like he's playing for Republicans, saying, hey, why don't we usher in a Republican president by being crazy, by having these policies that will not be popular to the majority of Americans. The majority of Americans don't want it to be a completely unregulated thing. Here it is. So I thought that was a pretty damaging decision to leave it that way. Let's see, what do we got? Ooh. Ooh. Playboy. Bad thing for everyone. Well, yeah, because it was like what we were talking at the very beginning of the stream. We were talking about depopulation and how America has this advantage, whereas this country, where generally people immigrate here and it's a good thing and people agree with that. And, you get a lot of talent from around the world. You get people who are hardworking and all this cool stuff. And so that's a good thing. That's generally a good thing. But the open borders policy likely made Americans more, rebellious against those ideas. Wow, look at grandma's hips. You realize she's probably like 60, 70, or 80 now, this lady right here. But look at those voluptuous hips. Oh, hey, man. Save some for me, Grandma. What do we got? Butterfly lady. Uh-huh. And there we go. Drunken rabbit guy. That is the end of your Playboy cards. Please enjoy them. But there was no Donald Trump card in here. Now, we still have your 151 cards. Play. Okay, that didn't work. There we go. It's funny how when people got interviewed about the open border, they agreed with it. And when asked if they can house an immigrant, they said no. Yeah, that's a common... that's like one of those gotcha interviewers. I know about those. I've seen those before. There we go. All right. It's very, I think it kind of showed how it's very, very, very easy to be generous with other people's money. When you have someone else's money, you're so ready to be generous. It's much harder to be generous straight out of your own pocketbook. All right, you ready? Not that it's a bad thing to be generous, but it is so much harder when you have to use just your own money. All right. And that's an important line to distinguish with government, because sometimes what you need freedom from is the government itself. The government can be pretty overburdening with the taxation, huh? Ooh. That's a subject we talk about all the time on this channel. I tried to share my beliefs that when the government takes too much of your money and it kind of takes it away from you against your will, it is really not that different from actual slavery. Slavery was when you went to work and you didn't get to keep any of the benefits of that work. And that's what happens when a government taxes you way too high. Here we are. And for me, that the line for good taxation is probably around 25%. Anything above that's a bit too high. But really, by the time you hit close to 50%, that's when I say it's basically already too far gone. You know, it's like, that's crazy. 50%. 50%. What is your government doing taking 50% of your labor? That's nuts, dude. Here it is. It's not 100%, but it's like, sort of it is, because you still have to spend your income on like goods. And when you buy that good, you're going to pay taxes then. And the guy who sold you the good, he's going to pay taxes too. And if he made money selling you that good, he's going to pay taxes that way as well. And if he had employees who got paid, they're going to pay employee taxes themselves. So it's like all of that money gets baked into the cost of goods and everything. And so, you know, you might only get taxed at 50%, but ultimately the tax level is secretly, it's higher than that. You just can't see it. So you're pulling not the greatest cards out of your 151 packs. You've got this poor Tangela. Tangela is an original base set Pokemon, but nobody likes them. You got some EXs here, no Master Ball. Oof. You got these beautiful, so you order 10 of these, the Simpsons card, and you got these beautiful toppers from them. Each pack comes with like a comic book style, I think that it's like a pack topper. Queen of the Blues. So these are really nice, and if any of these were to grade 10, they would do so well. So when these grade 10, they're valuable. Problem is, oh, this one's not sleeved apparently. Problem is, they're very hard to grade 10. These do not grade 10 easily. But you know, now you've got 10 of them, and if any one of these was to grab a PSA 10, you'd be sitting on some good value here. Okay, just letting you know that. And then you have these beautiful packs as well. These are full of moments from the TV show, and if any of these grade 10, it's the same deal. So what you can do is at home, you can pour over them and see which of these look like they have a shot at a 10. So, Mr. Jose Trevino, do you already have a bag? And do you know how shipping works? With shipping, we do not automatically ship you out. We keep your stuff over here. So by default, your stuff stays over here. When you want to ship out, you send $9 for shipping. So we do not ship until the $9 arrives. You can keep your stuff over here for up to 1 full year. We'll hold on to it for a year while you build up something worth shipping out. So you can add more cards to your bag. You can get more stuff that you want. Looks like you need a new bag. Whatever happened to the Doge refunds? I guess it didn't happen. Also, you know, him and Elon broke up or whatever. They no longer boyfriend and girlfriend, but or boyfriend and boyfriend. You almost have to wonder if that was sort of like a quiet, calculated thing, you know, for them to be split up like that, and that the big fight between them was more like a performance. You almost have to wonder that. Because I think if he continued to work in the Trump administration, if he continued to do that, I think he would just ruin his company. I'm straight, says Corn Rules. Cool. Bark Cards Classical. Very cool. Never seen Simpsons cards. Make me a bag. I'll be getting more. Thank you. You got it. We got the Jose Trevino bag all ready to go. So, and now we got to store it somewhere too. And what I noted was this space over here was kind of full. Let me grab this up here. So I think this had some expired stuff in it. Yeah, this one's expired. This one is actually expired now. Okay, and so now we've got room for you. That's exactly why bags have a limit of 1 full year. I'm going to toss these to my left. All right, there we go. Whew. Thanks for the big order. That was his. Was that your first order, Jose Trevino? I feel like I've seen you before, actually. Let's see. Repo Depot. Whatever happened to the Hawk Tua crypto? Yeah, is that? Can I still buy that? Hold on, let me see. Can you still buy Hawk Tua coin? Yes, you can buy Haktua. Trading volume is very low, which means it can be hard to buy large amounts without impacting the price. Crazy. Can I see? Wait. Haktua coin. What is this music, dude? Price graph. All right. Okay, let's set it to max. Here it is. This is the Haktua coin price over time. Look at that. It goes to 0 and then just stays flat. Actually, there's a little blip right there. What's that all about? Wonder who bought back in. Like somebody bought a little bit. Yeah, when was this? Somebody bought a little bit of it on May 11th, 2025. She must have been in the news or something. Dude, she was so, like, kind of popular for a little while, and then this thing happened, and it was all over from there. It was over. She was gone. She had, like, a podcast started. There was, like, some momentum behind her, you know? It really felt like there was something there. And now she's just, like, she's bopped out fully. She's out of there. So, I wouldn't mind getting another break going. We've already got so many breaks, but I feel like they're just not slapping. There must be some card that might get people more sexually aroused. They go, I got to have that. But I wonder what card it would be to get you guys to get all excited for a break again. What do you guys think? I noticed packs are selling real well. Breaks are slow right now. They are. It might just be the time period. You know, sometimes I feel like things happen in waves. I forgot about the Chick-fil-A sauce girl, too. Yeah, people will speculate she's going to make like a OnlyFans or something like that. Well, guys, actually, I just noticed it's 5:06 a.m. in the morning. Wow. Can you believe that much time has already passed? And so we're past the 3-hour mark. Nighttime stream is meant to be a 3-hour stream now, and daytime streams are meant to be a 3-hour stream. So we're basically done. We could stay live for like another 20 minutes or something like that, but if we don't have an order in the queue, I don't think it's necessary. Also, the fact that it's a Sunday night, you know, Sunday nights are typically some of the slowest nights of the week, so I think we're good. Wow, just 3-hour streams? You're cooked. We have two what I was saying is we have one in the nighttime for 3 hours and one in the daytime for 3 hours. So Lakers Fortress, that's 6 hours. It's actually a ton of time. But on the weekends, I don't have to do a daytime stream because it's the weekend. Actually, why am I even live at all? I should just take Saturday and Sunday off entirely. But we've been doing it this way for so long. She fell off super hard. They ruined her with the crypto. I know what you said. Usually you're on a long time. We're shifting away from super long nighttime streams, and we're shifting into longer daytime streams so that each side gets about 3 hours. So that's kind of how we're doing it. 3-hour daytime, 3-hour nighttime. Law, you take time off? I don't see it. A little bit. A little sneaky beaky. Little sneaky beaky time off. I had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. I felt like we had some cool openings. We had the game packs. We had a Prismatic collection got opened. We had a couple vintage packs got opened. You realize those are some huge orders. Yeah, we had 3 vintage packs get open tonight, thanks to CS Man and Sarah Dusenberry and CS Man again. He went real deep, man. And then, there was a $1,500 card got paid off by Alan Abale. He paid off his $1,500 Rayquaza with one payment. So he came in and took that card home. She's Miss Alexa's gonna be shipping that out. So this was really cool. That was a pretty good stream. Good for you, man. Start a family. Pay attention to your wife. You're only young for so long. Yeah, it's true. Well, I've talked about this a little bit quietly here and there, but we found out this year. We found out she has like an issue where she can't get pregnant naturally. She has like it's called endometriosis. and she has it so bad that it's caused a sort of structural problem. And so the doctor has said he will want to give her IVF, but she actually has to receive a surgery before she can even try the IVF. So yeah, it's unfortunate. So we were trying for a kid actually for a little while, and it just wasn't happening. And after enough time passed, she signed us up for the fertility doctor, and I got to do some stuff in a cup. So that was cool. But yeah, so that was really tough news, and it's going to cost, I think, like $25,000 to do some of this stuff. And that's for like one IVF attempt or something like that. So that'll be fun. But that's okay because we've got some Pokemon cards and I can sell off some Pokemon cards. So I should be okay. Financially, I think I'll do all right. Ouch, sorry. I'll pray for her. Oh, that's really nice, man. I actually appreciate that. Yeah, so there will be a surgery several months from now, and then we'll be able to test out IVF. We'll see what happens. William Wafter. What's up, William? You got in here just in time to say goodnight. You got Pokemon money. You can do it. Yeah, I know. We're going to Pokemon card it. All right, guys. And then we'll name the Pokemon, or we'll name the baby Charizard. And it'll be a shiny Pokemon, too. Wow. It's a shiny type. I'm hopping off, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you for the Monday daytime stream. See you later, everybody.